Hey there, welcome to tonight's episode of Loot, Die, Repeat, where a bunch of us foolish people sit around and roll dice and do a lot of laughing at each other and some collaborative storytelling, colloquially known as Dungeons and Dragons. Colloquially, I can never say that right. Anywho. Good to have you here with us tonight as we continue our story, and if you have missed any of the past episodes, they're all up on YouTube. You can go there and check them out, and certainly we would appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you are here watching us, we would love if you would follow us here on Twitch, and maybe even consider subscribing here as well. As a way of saying thank you, we're going to have a bunch of giveaways tonight. You can see them right over here to my right. And we're going to be giving away those sweet blue dice, as well as that Yaklal, and there's actually an orc as well. He might have fallen off the rotating thing. That's okay, it happens. So the Yaklal and the orc, we're going to give away those. If we get 3 new subscribers, then we are going to give away the that flying mantis creature as well. And as soon as we get to our next 50 in our subs, we'll give away that brand new dragon that you see there. It's a sweet, sweet water drake that is just got some awesome details. So we are really thankful for you being here, and we want to show that each week by doing some giveaways for you. All right, well, we have some other ways for you to affect the stream and affect the game. If you would like to give advantage to any of the players at the table, you can cheer 250 bits. And there are several other ways that you can give them assistance. And if you type in !commands into the chat, that'll show you all the different chat commands. And one of those chat commands is ! I think bits or cheer, or I can't remember what it is. No, yeah, type in ! Commands and it'll show you whichever one it is that you can actually, there's a whole list of stuff that you can buy for the team. So, anywho, you guys can do that, and really appreciate you being a part of this. So, did I forget anything? I don't think so. I mean, my love is undying for you all. It's true. Just you? All right. All right. Well, without further ado, well, let's do our little recap of what has gone before. And as we do so, I'm going to change away from this happy music to something a little bit more...
This ain't sewer music.
A little bit more ominous. Let's see. How about...
Metallica.
This one. That's good enough. All right, so our
Children, is that you?
Our adventurers, the Shades, the super helpful adventurers doing exciting stuff. Hello. You guys crowding each other over there?
There's no us in this. It's just
I don't know. You're distracting me though, because I'm supposed to be looking here. The Shades had just completed investigating a ship moored in the harbor, and upon their return to take their rest, several of their members were kidnapped by some arcane, shadowy rogues which came out of nowhere. Morthos found himself poofed into a cell where, after listening in on some of the conversation, used his unique abilities to teleport out of the cell, kill the guard that was watching him, and seek to escape this hidden base, which they came to learn was deep in the sewer system underneath the city of Serloon. Morthos was able to avoid the traps that were triggered and the beast and giant Otyug in the sewer that was released to track him down. And as he made his way topside, he found his friends back at the Blue Cow, panicked and wondering where to go next. Morthos was able to describe to them what had happened, and after some information gathering, they all decided to head back into the sewers to track down their missing friends, JB the wizard and Killian the druid. After making their way through the sewers for several hours, successfully evading the Otyugh yet again, they were able to find the base that Morthos had previously escaped from, stealthily gain entry, and make their way to the chamber where they found JB being interrogated by the same figure who had absconded with Morthos earlier. A battle ensued, and though Oliver was downed with the help of their new ally June and the combined might of their party, they were able to take out all of the thieves and villains in this little base, sending many of them fleeing to whereabouts elsewhere. And so it is at this moment, as JB has been cut free from his binds, that the party is taking in the room and determining what to do next. So, Shades, the floor is yours.
Oh, JB.
JB, are you okay?
Are
you all right?
Oh, I'm very grateful that you have
better.
come to me.
We thought we lost you forever. Where's Killian? We need to go after him.
Yes, have you seen Killian? Was he here with you?
That is something that I do not know. It may be the one thing I do not know.
What happened to you?
Do you need to sit down?
Worried.
Well, we were taken clearly by these evil, shadowy rogue people, and I
Very
I don't know much about them, but they do know a lot about me, and so I was interrogated for information about my life and also some of you.
What did they want to know?
Yeah, what'd they ask?
Well, they wanted to know about you.
About me?
Yes.
What
How did you
specifically?
get your powers was the question they kept asking. How are you creating this teleporting thing?
Yes, I caught the god by quite surprised with that. It was rather funny. I even gave him the chance, but he chose death.
I mean, I have never read anything about your abilities previously, and so I actually was telling them I wanted to know the answer as well, but I did not tell them anything about you, just so you know.
It's a smart tactic. You try to get on their side when your back's against the wall. Smart.
Yeah, it didn't work. They knew too
No,
much
clearly,
about, they
I mean-
knew too much about me.
Did you brew them coffee? It might have worked.
I did offer.
Did they decline?
What did they say?
I say things would have gone much better if they would have agreed. However, they did not.
That's a shame.
They also
What?
They also asked about Killian, which is who you're asking about. They wanted to know where he got that scar.
What scar?
All about his past and his scar.
Why would they ask about
And of
Killian if
course
he's
I-
not here?
Of course I knew nothing. And I told them nothing.
So really, they picked up and talked to the one guy who's the smartest in our group, but knows nothing.
Well,
It's good that we don't divulge information to each other.
right.
The
Well,
less you know.
I think it may be imperative that I share a little bit, though. First,
Great.
I would really enjoy a shower, maybe a meal, and some coffee, of course. But all of my supplies are gone.
They took
So have you rounded them up from the rest of the rooms?
We basically made our way here to find you, and I guess we killed them, unfortunately, or they ran away, and maybe we can kind of look for those things.
I know.
Maybe Killian is in another room
I-
down
Also
the hall.
there.
I
yeah.
know there is another hall where I was kept with lots of cells. We should go check each and every one.
Smashing idea.
No,
Before we go, what did they do to hurt you?
yeah. Other than viciously beat you in the face.
Oh, I just thought that was how he looked.
Well, yes, that is what they did. Is that not enough hurt for you?
They didn't put anything on blades when they were cutting or attacking you? I just want to make sure there's no poison.
Oh, other than some bruises and flesh wounds, I do feel fine.
Miraculous. You mentioned a hot meal. Well, I am quite a proficient cook, but this isn't quite the kitchen setting I prefer.
Don't.
And as you kind of take in the surroundings, you now, with the adrenaline of battle wearing off, you feel the damp and cold kind of eating at you in here. There really isn't any sources of heat. It's kind of a depressing space as you look around with the blood and gore and bodies now strewn about with various tears and stabs and bludgeoning blows. And you see JB is rather dazed and disheveled. JB, you're at 1 hit point.
Oh, jeez.
And so he is maintaining his composure as a gentleman would, but you can tell that he is hurting. You also hear the sound of kind of a whirring mechanical drone, which is coming from each of the halls, kind of coming down the halls. You, Morthos, have heard that sound before when they activated the
blades.
internal defense systems. And as you take everything in, there is a trunk in the corner of the room that you're in that no one has opened yet.
Yeah.
And as you go over and open it, you do find all of JB's items and supplies
Oh, that's good.
inside.
Hey.
And so that's there. As you pull the pouches of gold from each of the slain bodies, you're able to collect what amounts to another 150 gold between all of the bodies. So there was a pouch of gold that Oliver you pulled.
Yep.
And then another 150 collectively from the individuals here. There are various short swords, daggers, scimitar.
Ooh.
There's several now mostly destroyed leather armor, which probably wouldn't be very helpful. But there are some blades you could try to salvage if you wanted to sell those.
What's the scimitar look like?
The scimitar looks rather plain. It has a simple metallic crossguard and just the bent blade. There's nothing unique about it.
Don't want it.
You see that each of their persons is meant to be rather nondescript and meant to be bland so as to be able to blend in and not be seen. You already took the cape and the circlet from the one who is seemingly the leader. But in the northeast corner, that concoction, which there's 4 cauldrons, all kind of boiling different brews, has finished moving, and there is now an entrance out to a side tunnel that all but Ray could fit through.
Do I still hear the lumbering sounds of a beast?
You heard outside a roar of the creature, but it seems to be at some distance at this point.
Is the caster guy around?
Yeah. He's dead on the ground.
He's dead on the ground. Yep.
JB's going to first twinkle his fingers as his clothes and skin cleans up. As he prestidigitizes it, walk over while he brushes his shoulders off and attempt a punch right to the jaw of the caster. And so he'll just lean down and punch him right in the face.
All right, and he does. The body barely moves.
Hit a man while he's down.
He'll pull out a claw from his pocket, clean his knuckles off.
Yep.
The ruffian.
But you have obtained your accoutrement.
Oh, good.
As well as the spell scroll, which you have yet to inspect from the ship.
JB, that other body sitting on the table there. What the hell is that? I've never seen anything like that before. Was he in here, like, with you, getting questioned, or Was he already dissected and dead? DED dead.
Well, to be honest with you, it's been a blur for the past few days.
Oh, sorry. Be healed.
Oh, where did that come from?
I had one spell left for you, and you have 6 health points back.
So,
Yeah, I think
I
No,
really
used it on me.
appreciate that. I feel like I'm a quarter of the way there, nearly.
I'd like to go over to the body on the table and see if I can investigate and know how long it's been dead.
And
Go
JB,
ahead and roll a medicine check.
could you like look at it and tell us what it is?
I have been pondering what it was.
It's very odd.
Now, everyone,
This is
17.
coming from
I don't
Ted.
mean to be rude, but perhaps our friend needs our help. Maybe we should find him.
Well, maybe there are clues here we could learn
Yeah.
before we just run into the
I think we should leave
cold,
now.
robotically defended.
Killian could be dying. In the same way you almost
we,
did.
we must at least search the rest of this
Yeah.
compound for Killian.
We have to be smart though, because none of us are doing too hot right
Listen,
now.
all I'm saying is that every second we waste, Killian might be dead.
Do I recognize the guy on the table?
What
or
was
the
what-
race? He asked me what it was.
Roll an history check.
History?
Yep.
That is a 23.
Okay. So as June and JB inspect the body, June, you determine that this creature has been dead for probably a day or two, certainly before JB was taken in here. And you can discern that by the bit of, rigor mortis that is setting in. They seem to be using some concoction, something to help to keep certain of its flesh supple and not firming up from the passage of time, and to also kind of keep this rot at bay, so the stench is not setting in like it otherwise would be. JB, as you look at this creature, it has, it's humanoid. Its skin is a yellowish underneath its wrappings that cover most of its body, and as you pull back its face, you see it has almost like a Voldemort-esque nose, kind of with the high nostrils and very high cheekbones, very pointed chin, eyes that almost kind of are set back, and it in your studies of the various creatures of the planes and the realms, you do notice this as a creature that often inhabits the astral plane. This is a Githyanki. And you know them to be rather violent in their culture and seeking power and control in their spheres of influence. So, very out of place here in the material plane. You've only read about them, you've never seen one up close and personal like this.
I see. This is a very strange creature. Not of this world.
Oh.
Not of this plane.
Really?
Yes, as I am from another realm, this creature is from another plane, the astral plane. Have you heard of the Gith?
No, never.
Githyanki, I believe this is, but I could verify using my simic scientist background if I were to visit a library of some sort. But, yep, I believe it's a Githyanki, yes.
Interesting. I wonder what that's doing. It's from a different plane?
That is what I recall from my studies.
What it's doing.
Briefly, I studied some creatures of elsewhere.
That doesn't make sense.
Nope, not yet it doesn't.
Do we see any little tiny footprints around? One that's Mr. Killian size?
Can I look at the ground?
Roll an investigation.
21.
Also 21. With a crit.
Wow. You both look around, and at least in this room, as you inspect each of the doorways, you find no signs of other prisoners. However, behind one of the doors, you do find a kind of a faux panel that moves and gives way to a long tunnel that just disappears into darkness, heading away from this entire base.
Let's not forget about this.
You also, as you're looking around, you notice Rubius kind of has this blank stare on his face as he is just looking at the table that JB was laid on, and he just is kind of staring blankly at it. Rubius, as you look at that table, in your mind's eye flashes memories of screaming, of people straining against their straps, of blood being let, and a pair of hands that, from the perspective of your memories, are probably yours, hurting people, getting them to say and answer the questions that a voice asks them, though it's not a voice that you recognize. And you kind of snap back to as your head is pounding and you just feel the need to just rest.
Great Scott.
What's wrong, Rubius?
I don't know. I just saw terrible things in my head when I looked at that table. What could it be? It almost looked like it was me who did it.
What, made the table?
It's not a very good table. I hope you didn't make it. Bad quality.
You happen to be a diviner?
What is that?
One that uses visions and messages to predict the future.
Not that
or
I know.
of the past.
Not that I know. I had these visions in my head that I was doing terrible things.
To who?
I don't know.
I walk over. I'm gonna make sure he's not poisoned by anything they were using.
Get off me.
And Rubius, for the first time, is rather defensive and is not letting you really inspect him or check him out. He's clearly been shaken by whatever visions he's had. He's his normal jovial self, always happy-go-lucky. Everything is always optimistic and wonderful. That demeanor has changed.
Maybe a good night's sleep will put your thoughts at ease.
Let's
We need to finish
Yeah.
looking through this.
Let's
this
look
place.
for
We
clues,
must
but let's
try
get
to
moving.
Find Gillian.
Yeah. Let's go out the way the two guys came in with the door that opened the completely incorrect way.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Morthos will start walking towards the door. That's the.
And let's not forget about this long, scary hallway that was hidden.
As you exit out to the southwest entrance, Morthos, you recognize the stairs in the hallway as the one that you first looked out to your left, and you notice the door that you yourself came out of and were trapped in.
Morthos will literally just start opening every door in the hallway.
Ray's gonna kick them down,
Yes, go for it.
and she's gonna go, "Oi, Melinda!" for every single door.
Same foot too, or you?
Same foot. Oh yeah,
left
same
or right
foot.
foot?
Right
And
foot.
so,
Love it.
Morthos, you open the first door, and with gusto behind you, you hear, "Oi, Melinda!" And Ray just crashes down the first door, crashes down the second, and you just stop opening it. You just let her go.
You do your thing, child.
And
Let her come all down.
as you do so, Ray, empty, empty.
I'm practicing, Ollie.
I love it. It's
empty,
wonderful.
Empty. You turn the corner and you stop because on the floor in front of you is an entire row of
the blades.
what look to be saw blades just cutting up, slashing and swooping along the floor for about 50 feet in front of you.
Do I see any triggers to stop the swishing? Anything on the wall? Any
Well-
levers?
Morthos, he kind of remembers seeing the guy pull the lever on the other side.
You're right. He remembers the. Now that you know this, you kind of Morthos, you know the layout here.
Right. So, I mean, I think if there's nothing, if Ray does not find anything, I think Morthos will literally run to where he knows there's a lever to try to turn
So
it off.
as you go back to here, there are blades here as
there.
well. And there are blades all in here. You know that there was a lever that was pushed
Right.
kind of in here. And
I'll
you
fo-
know there was another one on the other
Hey,
side.
Morthos, how about I throw you as far as I can and then you echo the other way?
That's a good idea. I like it.
You know what?
Run with it.
I like the idea. Let's try it.
Okay!
Okay, so Ray, you grab Morthos and you
Discus
take a
style.
step back.
June looks horrified while this is happening.
Palming again? Head palming?
Oh yeah, for sure. There's a bruise forming.
And Oliver's
It's a
just
big
shaking his head with his eyes like,
He turns
yes,
around and goes,
let this happen.
as hard as you can, please.
I'm throwing a dart!
Roll an accuracy.
Go ahead and roll an athletics check first to see how far you throw him.
Crit! So 29!
Into the back wall.
And now,
Through the back wall.
now,
Sorry, Marty!
now roll a dexterity check to see how accurately you throw him. That's
Straight down,
Just add your
please.
dex,
A one.
Just add your
Please a
dex
one.
modifier.
7.
All right, so Ray, you spin around once, twice, step up and throw him forward, and he goes forward about 30 feet before his trajectory kind of takes him into the wall, and he just careens
Bumpers on
along
bowling
the
alleys.
wall, kind of hitting several of the doors, and your face, Morthos,
Oh, I love
is just kind of bludgeoned by the
At
door
every-
frames.
Oh, yeah, that was
At every
delightful.
hit, she's like, ooh! Oh!
You take
Love
take
it.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Holy crap. Is he down? Is he still moving?
Oh, I'm fine.
And
I saw twitching.
before you kind of catch yourself with your climb speed, and then with one fluid motion kind of jump
Fluid.
off and bamf to the other side to where you had put your echo.
Great recovery.
Those doors.
have to work on your aim.
I was never very good at darts.
That's because that was
That
a
wasn't
discus.
darts, it was
Yeah.
the shot put.
Yeah.
Well, I've never played that either.
I'm good with
Alright,
darts.
I will now
can
look
teach
for
you
the lever.
sometime.
Okay.
So you walk over, you disengage both sets of blades, and the entire base falls silent.
All right. Let's
I'll continue knocking
Oi
down
Melinda
doors.
these doors, yeah.
You keep knocking them down. As you get most of the way down the hall, you find that there is complete emptiness in each of the doors, save one.
Ooh.
You do
Still
find
something.
one where there is a body of a little halfling man that is not Killian,
Oh,
Thank God.
He can be Killian 2.0.
but he
Rainfall.
is basically just thrown in the cell, face down, completely unmoving.
Ollie! Ollie, you need to save him!
Okay.
Get here! Quick, quick!
I'm coming. And I run in.
And you see
I turn him over.
you turn him over and his throat is slit.
Does it look like Killian? You said no.
No, he's wearing different clothing. It's
Oh, yeah. This guy's dead. Ugh. I close his eyes. What's he
Those-
wearing?
Those evil people!
Rubius thinks it was him. He was so young.
He wasn't that
And
young.
he's leaving us already. Killian, why?
Well,
It's not him.
Killian was also
Oh,
like
good.
130
I don't care
years
anymore.
old.
That's good to hear.
I'm going to check his pockets and see if he has an ivory coin. And what's he wearing?
He is wearing a blood-stained white shirt and kind of olive pants that go down to his calves, capri-esque length. He has no shoes on. He was barefoot. His pockets are empty. He was beaten and then had his throat slit. He does have kind of sandy brown hair that is balding, so it's more of a kind of a crown.
Tuck.
Yeah. And
all right, guys. I think they grabbed someone that they thought was Killian, and then they found out quickly it wasn't him, and they killed him. So good news is
He's still alive somewhere, hopefully.
probably, yeah.
Oh, JB, I just had an idea, and you're really good at looking at things.
JB currently has a scroll out of the container and he's reading it now.
I kind of put my hand
not paying
on.
attention to this halfling situation at all.
so you...
I'm reading
Go
Exceptional
ahead,
Wit
Ray.
right now.
That's okay. I put my hand over the scroll. I know all the guards are kind of dressed like shabby like, but are they all wearing like the same color or something to mark other gangs, like to know that they're
That's
them?
a good question.
Like, do they have some sort of mark or color? I'm not very
I know
I don't know.
exactly.
I'm not smart enough.
I know exactly what everyone that came through these rooms looked like in the past 30 days.
Okay.
You
were
have
they
a
all,
keen
like,
mind,
wearing the same
sir.
color?
Yes.
Or like had the same like ascot.
Yeah.
My dad always thought ascots were like super cool. I always thought they were kind of lame.
All bad
but
men use ascot.
That's true, Jinkies.
My
Yeah.
dad's not a bad man. He saved a village from dragons.
Did he?
It was so cool. I have to tell you the story. I tend to exaggerate the story sometimes.
You don't say.
I do. I do say.
I can
Anyways,
I can confirm that there were. What can I confirm?
You can confirm that at least the leader of this place and the people who were closest to him were members of a thieves guild that you are very familiar with.
The sense? Well, it is clear to me that there is an operation of the Zentarum about.
Zentarum.
You say
The same guys
Zentarum.
that we had to escape?
They were the ones that were Frankensteining us back in Westgate, yes.
Huh.
Wait, I'm sorry. That was a lot of information in one throwaway
Who
sentence.
the hell are you?
Oh, this is our new friend.
You did meet on the ship, but
You took some head damage.
you did meet on the ship.
Oh wait, I do
but
now. I
you did not
remember.
meet.
I keenly recall this now. Yes.
You are June.
She had been brought back with Rubius from Waterdeep.
Got it.
Does the name Zentarum do anything to Rubius?
Say it again.
Yeah.
As you hear that name, your mind immediately clicks into kind of a hyper-focused mode, and you feel yourself looking around and paying attention to every shadow, every corner. You feel extremely on edge and vigilant at the prospect of the Zentarum seeking to attack you.
I think we should get out of here.
We haven't done searching for Killian.
Yeah, there's still clearly a black square that we haven't uncovered.
There is across the hall from the door with the halfling, there is a little hallway that then goes up to another door.
Now, some people were not seemingly Zents.
Not seemingly Zents.
All right. So
Not everyone you saw had the classic mark.
Ray, you had asked the Zents were definitely involved here and holding the position of power. However, there were other roguelike beings down here.
I was just hoping to give some information to Captain Curtis. You know, like maybe we could describe the tattoo so then he can like track him down and like keep an eye out for him. Help stomp it out. You know, he's a good guy, and these guys are evil guys. And
Yeah.
good always trumps evil.
I mean, most of the time, yeah. But the Zents are pretty well known, so
I would say their reach is
Oh.
farther than you can imagine.
I've met them a couple times. Keen mind, what were you going to say?
I was just going to. I was going to say that perhaps I should speak with this captain, for I have
Yeah.
prior knowledge of the Centauro.
How much prior knowledge?
Well, it probably is one reason why they took me, for sure.
Because they really don't like you?
But why would they
Can
want
we
you,
listen?
Morphos?
I would love to share this with you. I do not think this is the proper location.
You don't think inside the bed guy's crappy lair, is the right time to do this?
We should do a campfire!
I have read of spells that can obtain information from long distances away, and so I would prefer to know a safe location that we could speak about this.
We should do campfires, and then we could tell stories around the campfire, like scary stories. I used to always hear people talking about that, but I never got to experience it, and that would be so cool. And I hear that sometimes they do, like, sugar.
It has been
There's
days.
not a stick anymore.
I know. I was just trying to really aggressively wave.
Ray kind of
I
just
think I saw
hangs
some
her
sticks
head.
floating in the river down there.
It's not Killian's stick, though.
I know, we need to find Killian's stick. We
has-
also paid for a night's stay at the Blue Cow Inn, so I think we should stay there.
Oh, yeah, with Jack.
Good idea. We can talk back there after our search.
If
I don't think we should walk into the inn smelling as we do.
Well, how
You
else?
smell lovely.
He prestidigitates you, and you are clean, and you smell like lilac.
I take a little gunk off of the wall, and I smear it on his face.
You now smell like garbage again.
You do.
Is it
deserve
where my
that.
mustache was before?
I think I'll keep it.
It's a moisturizer.
right.
Have you explored that stairway over there?
I think we should oi Melinda any more doors that stairway.
You
may
kinda
lead to.
see-
You
Ray-
keep saying Melinda. Is this someone I haven't met yet?
Yeah, you have not met her.
We
She
don't
doesn't
really
matter,
know her
actually. Don't worry
story.
about it. Yeah, she doesn't matter.
So we met her on the first day when we kind of all got
Did
together
we?
as friends.
Did we?
It was the first or the second day, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And Ollie asked me to give her some money
Did
and
I?
go, "Oi, Melinda!" And he told me to kick down the door, so I busted down that door like it splintered. I think I might have hit somebody in the face with a splinter, but who knows? Anyways, so I did "Oi, Melinda" to the door because that's what Ollie told me to do.
Very
And
literal,
Now
yep.
it's just a thing, and I like it.
It's kind of
thought
a
it was
rallying cry.
I thought it was a war chant.
It kind of is.
It kind of is now. It's my war chant.
And it's a
Our war
person.
chant.
Would you
But hey-
teach it to me?
Oi Melinda, that
Morthos
door.
just walks towards the other door as he's just listening to him.
It is unlocked.
Yeah, JB leans
Walks
against the
in.
wall and starts reading the scrolls again.
Okay, JB, as you go through the scrolls, you find 4 scrolls, as well as a stopper of ink, a vial of ink. And
Sweet.
Not magical.
the first scroll that you find is a very unique cantrip that you have heard about, but never actually seen in writing to be able to study and master for yourself. And it's kind of with a flourish at the top of the scroll called Exceptional Wit. And it allows the user to augment their intelligence for a brief time.
Ooh, can you do that one on me? Can I be like super duper smart?
I would never read these scrolls to you. Therefore, you have no idea I'm reading this.
Oh, okay. Can you turn me into a tree again?
Secret arcane knowledge.
The next scroll...
Why are you being so mean to her? She's just a teenager.
It's rather
I'm
harsh.
sorry. I'm
Preteen?
sorry.
Technically tween?
I have been through something just now that it's got me on edge. I do apologize.
Oh, that's okay. I forgive you. You're a really cool guy, and I really like your coffee, and you turned me into trees, so that's like 3rd favorite. After Ollie, and Killian is my first. Morthos, you're up there too. Actually, all of you guys are up there. I'm sorry, I keep seeing you wave, but I'm just really excited to have JB back.
Me too.
Thank you. I do appreciate you.
Let's find
saving my
Killian.
life.
Let's
JB
find
goes
Killian.
back to reading his scrolls. You also find a Featherfall scroll.
Ooh.
Classic.
You find a
None of us know what he's reading.
scroll.
Useful.
which will allow you to.
He's just yelling. He's
Open?
just saying these
I am.
things.
And another unique spell
Intriguing.
known as Phantom Light, which will allow you to light up an object, but only the individuals who you designate actually see the light. So you can essentially have daylight with still being stealthily hidden in the darkness.
It's interesting that I find deep magic in these walls.
Yeah, that shallow magic
the
is
walls of that boat
for
house.
losers.
Where do you think they obtain deep magic?
I don't know. Where do you think they obtained the Gith Yankee?
Exactly.
There's a lot more going on here. But what about that room that's still blacked out?
Oi, Melinda!
Kicks the door in.
That's right.
Oh,
The
there was
doors
a
It
door.
was
kicked
unlocked.
in.
Yeah.
I know, but
I still kick it
here's
in.
what I imagine. She sees you unlock it and open it, and she walks up and closes it and kicks it in.
That's right. That's right. June is so impressed. She's like mirroring the kicking motion a little bit behind her,
Yeah,
clearly
I like-
practicing.
I like where this is
If you
going.
teach me darts, I'll teach you how to kick.
You had yourself
Rubius
a
is
fair
still, like-
trade.
Rubius is still like looking around the walls, like
He's twitching in the corner.
he's having like full PTSD flashbacks, and nobody even notices that he's there going on.
Bart notices and starts to saddle up to him like a
Oh God, snakes!
So this is a good looking room. What we find?
So in this room,
looks like swords and stuff.
there it seems to be their armory.
Ooh.
And in this room, there are several rows of empty. It looks like they've been taken. But there is one row that is full of scimitars, long sword, short sword, several long bows and short bows, crossbows, many bolts and arrows.
Rubius,
There's a couple sets of studded leather armor, as well as leather armor. There is one mannequin in the corner that has a rather ornate brass breastplate, which has been kind of polished to a
It's shiny.
meticulous shine, and has a cape kind of attached to it, a black cape. It looks to be kind of more of a showpiece than something that was actually worn, like it was some sort of a trophy from someone. And you see a unique wheel. Looks like several actual wheels that kind of overlap at a specific joint where one might put a blade to sharpen. And Morthos, I need you to roll a history check.
15.
You recognize this, though you don't know how it works. This is an instrument that both of the Flamel gnomes that you know, each one had. And they use these blades to put a very keen edge on weapons. And in fact, you find 2 daggers next to it, which were in the sharpening process. And so you find 2 keen daggers. They're +1 daggers for 5 more hits each.
5 more. Is this wheel something that could be moved?
It could be moved, though it would take
Right.
all of Ray's strength to do so.
Guys,
And it's unwieldy. It would require, like, she would not be able to move at full speed. It would slow your progress down, but she would be able to take it out.
guys,
Yes?
I don't know how this works, but I know what it does.
What's it do?
This can put an edge on a blade that is sharper than anything you have ever seen.
A
Interesting.
grindstone.
It can grind metal to a point that is exceptionally sharp. I know it is big and large, but it might be advantageous for us to try to get it out of here.
Well, one time when we were taking a rest, Ollie was telling me the story about a princess who touched a wheel and then she fell asleep
It's
for
true.
like years.
Yeah.
And now I'm a little scared to touch this wheel because I don't want to
Morthos
fall
touches
asleep
the
for
wheels.
years. Where are Morthos?
I think it is all right.
He's no princess.
I think.
Rest assured.
Nah,
But I have a tiara now.
You do. I gave you that, and it
know.
looks so good.
Thank you.
But is anyone gonna mention the shiny coat of armor in the room? I want that.
I am not concerned with earthly things, but I will look at that short sword. This doesn't really concern me, but I will clearly take it before anyone else does and start inspecting it.
And you look at it, and it too has a keen edge on it. And so it has 5 uses of +1 before it would revert to a normal short sword.
Okay.
So Morthos, you want to take some of these extra daggers and maybe we could practice with the grindstone thingy, and just have some swords to throw away
So
in case it doesn't work?
Again, dibs on that shiny armor.
I
Can
think it
Rubius
is-
go up and check out the
It's
crossbows?
yours, Ali. Take it.
Yeah, I want to go check out the crossbows.
Okay, you check them out. They are all in good condition. None of them particularly unique, but certainly they would be worth something to someone who was interested in buying a crossbow.
Take all the string.
Ooh.
Just take all the string. Take them off.
Rubius will just take one and sling it around
String
his back.
is
Okay, so you have an extra heavy crossbow,
with the intention to sell it.
light crossbow. Which one are you grabbing?
Go heavy or go home.
Well, I've got a heavy crossbow already.
You also have a light.
Can
Well, I've got a hand crossbow. Is that a light crossbow?
Morthos actually investigate all these weapons just to see if there's any like the crossbows or the longbows that actually just seem to be special?
Roll an investigation check.
While he's doing this, you see Ray kind of like starting to stretch out her hand to touch the wheel and like hesitating and then pulling it back.
Natural 20.
Nice.
You know that the most valuable of weapons in this space are actually the 2 hand crossbows that are uniquely packed up compact with the midst of the rest. There's nothing special about them, but that would be what would fetch the most at a weaponsmith or a merchant.
He'll go over and pull them out and go, these 2 here, they will fetch the most amount of gold in the market. We should take them with us. If nobody wants them, we should at least attempt to sell them.
What are they again?
These are a hand crossbow.
I mean, I can put them in my bag of holding.
Oh yeah, the
Give
magic
them both
bag.
to Ollie.
I have a bag of holding. It's right here in my hip. And then he looks for it and can't find
Is that
it.
the first time you told us?
No.
Did we know this before?
Oh, he told me.
I look for it and I can't find it, and then Bart like wriggles around back there and hands it like over my shoulder and drops it into my hand.
You have a bag of holding.
Well, Bart has a bag of holding.
That is good to know.
Yeah.
Where does
So
Bert hold
Morthos just starts grabbing every dagger that's there and goes, here, put these in.
And he opens it up. Dump 'em in.
Rubius will throw in a hand crossbow.
Right, we will attempt your idea. I think we will try
So,
to figure this out.
Between all of the weapons, if you take everything, it would essentially fill up half of your bag of holding.
You can sell them all right away.
And you
Yeah.
can. It's 500 gold worth of weapons in total.
Oh, I'm game. That's good.
Is there
And armor.
Are there
Because it's
any-
the study leather
Right.
and all of that.
Are there any like locked closets that would contain staffs or robes of any kind
And-
in this room?
I am already in that decorative armor.
In saying that, I'll
And
try
I'm
like
trying to shove the mannequin in because I want that on my sheep.
My sheep.
Don't ask why.
The mannequin is...
Does it fit?
Roll a strength check.
Okay.
Just not too strong. You might rip the bag in half.
Oh boy.
12.
You are able to stretch the bag of holding just enough to get the mannequin in.
Oh, yeah. We got like 500 gold pieces of armor and weapons and one mannequin. That one's mine, though.
And a cool table for your cabin.
I
Yeah.
have always wanted to learn the skill of tailoring. Perhaps I could start making dresses for you ladies.
Ooh, okay. As long as I can oil Melinda in them.
Sorry, that was a joke. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh, no,
You're
no, I'm
not
excited.
very funny.
I have a tiara. I wanted the dress
Not
to match.
very funny, guys.
You would look
Sorry.
very lovely in a dress, JB. I think you could pull that off.
It's called a
have-
kilt.
Why don't you make one for yourself?
I don't want to make dresses. That was the
Oh,
point of
you
the
would
joke.
look good in it.
I will try not to say
As she's
jokes ever
speaking,
again.
June is like holding up a bit of her sash and like testing the sword against it because she's just remembering how embarrassing it was when she couldn't cut through the bonds that were holding to the table. And she's like, that's never going to happen again.
That's in her mind. Do you have like daggers?
I have darts, but I didn't think to pack anything else when I left.
Would you
Oliver
like a
holds his
dagger?
hand out.
Actually, Morthos will take the 1+1 dagger that he just got. You'll see him take a dagger out of his arm, put that dagger in, and then hand her the other one.
So the worst one?
Yeah.
That's
Word.
normal. Yeah, that's normal for him. I'm sorry, I don't know him well enough.
So you still have your biting
I have
blade,
biting blade and then the plus
and one
one.
of the
Yep.
keens. Okay. All right. So
Seems we got everything in here.
There's
Any-
no investigation check to find anything else in here?
go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Before that, I will attempt this exceptional wit
That would
cantrip.
use up the scroll.
Ooh.
I just learned it.
You have not yet
You
put
don't
it
have
in.
to write down cantrips. They're not
technically-
in the spell book.
Technically, you didn't level up yet.
Oh.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum.
Mm-hmm.
You've been esquired.
What time is it?
It is about 10 o'clock at night.
Darn.
We went.
20. But you were looking specifically at weapons. I'm just looking elsewhere.
You
Walls.
move around and you find on the table
Ooh.
in the corner you find a locked kind of box that's just sitting on the table.
Had we miss it?
It's not a very good table. I wouldn't take it, JB.
I have found a lock to box.
Oh, that makes sense why you're looking at this really bad table.
Anyone,
locked box?
Anyone want to
I will
open
definitely
this
help you
box?
with that.
Do you want to Patrick
Yes.
Swayze ghost this?
By the way, I got dibs.
I want to 24 it with my thieves' tools.
Okay.
Did you roll twice?
No, I only rolled once.
It
Doesn't matter.
opens. It opens with
So
a
if a
click.
24 doesn't unlock it, we're in trouble. Because I can't roll much higher.
Did it explode?
23 in the second one.
It did not explode.
Oh, thank
Oh, because I didn't check it.
No, you
That's
didn't.
a good point.
It opens up, swings open, and inside is another locked box.
Oh, it's like nesting dolls.
Whoa.
Let's
So-
do it again
Again, he goes.
with advantage.
Should you be checking these for traps?
I already rolled a 26 on the thieves' tools.
All right.
Click. Opens.
Why would they put one that's a bomb or something in a room that's the armory inside of a box inside of a
Find
box?
another box inside.
Oh my goodness!
What's in the box?
Check it for traps.
Nah, just go. You come this far.
This seems like a metaphor for the soul.
I have no problem bringing this box with us. It's
No.
only about this
We
big.
gotta know now.
23.
Curiosity killed the cat, you know?
Does not unlock.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Was that with advantage?
Yes, I rolled a 22 and a 23.
All right, pick it up. Let's take it home.
I'll be able to open this tomorrow morning.
Yes, you will.
Don't you worry.
Yes, you will.
Have we ever greeted a
I
chest
will be
with
alerting all
Melinda?
our neighbors, however.
Say that again?
We ever greeted a chest with an Oi Melinda? Just smash the crap out of
What
it?
if there's a dog in it?
No one goes through this.
A dog
type
is
of-
very highly unlikely, but if
Kill the
there's something
puppy.
in, I don't think I could aim just at the lock to oil Melinda.
I'd take the-
I would just kind of smush the box.
Yeah, no one takes this kind of care for something that is not most likely going to break upon her giant feet smashing.
J-
But it
Maybe.
is a good idea. I want to try it one time.
As
We'll
I'm
keep
holding
that
the
in
box, I failed to open it, but I don't think we should let Ray have it. I think I have this suspicion that you will be able to open it on
You
your
know,
own.
it's about the right size to be holding my ivory coin.
It's a good point. We will keep it, and we'll find out sooner or later. I
All
hope
right.
it's not tracking us, but currently I have 0 spells prepared since
Same.
I have my stone.
Use them all. Should we take that weird hallway that leads to middle of nowhere?
I think we have to try.
Okay, let me get this wheel. If I fall asleep, guys better find me a prince to wake me up, okay?
Oh, definitely.
Maybe Jack?
I'll find you a frog.
That stairway has been explored.
Which one?
So Morthos
Yeah,
points out
that's-
to
that's
you
where I
that
went
that
out.
is an exit out to where the Atyug was originally released.
Did we finish opening up all the doors
You did. You went
Okay.
back through and
and everything?
there's-
Okay.
everything's empty.
All right. She kind of. And she goes to squat using perfect form because she's used to lifting heavy things and picks it up.
Amen.
And you do.
Doesn't want to hurt her back, you
You
know.
pick it up and you're just kind of carrying this sharpener's wheel as you head back to the hidden tunnel that leads into the darkness. So what is your marching order going into the tunnel?
I'm gonna be. Oh, I
I
can't
will-
have my
I
shield
will
in front
go-
of Ollie.
I'll go first with my echo in front of me.
Okay.
I guess I'll be last because I'm gonna be the slowest.
I'll be behind Morthos.
I'm not doing the hottest, so I'll go middle back.
Okay. So Morthos, Rubius. Rubius, you can't see a thing. It is
Who's dark vision?
you have dark vision.
I
keep
can't see
forgetting
anything.
that.
Even if
You're
he
a
couldn't,
wood
I'm
elf.
pretty sure he would just confidently walk.
It's true. You see fine.
My ears are hidden underneath the hat, by the way.
That's true. All right.
I'm holding onto somebody's back in the middle.
So you continue forward, and the damp walls begin to give way to just earth and stone that seems to be hewn into this bedrock.
The craftsmanship on this is pretty impressive, actually.
It's narrow, it's large enough for single file, and as
You hear me bumping into the walls constantly. Just all the way down. I'm bumping into walls,
Yep. You have to kind of hunch and go sideways,
holding that thing.
holding it,
Yeah.
Ray.
This
And
new spell will come in handy very soon.
And as you're going, you go about 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet. Morthos, I need you to make a dexterity save.
Son of a gun.
Oh, that's lovely. 12.
12. You fall 15 feet and
Not his echo.
splat onto a floor, a pit. It's just a pit. You take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as the pit trap that was there catches you in it.
Sure. Is there anything in there?
I need Rubius to make a dexterity save.
He would be able to see Morthos fall, though.
Right, it's just to catch himself from
Going in.
continuing. The DC's lower for him.
Is it dexterity?
Yep.
Yeah, you got to roll a d20.
Who's
Dex
behind
dex
Rubius?
save.
Me? I totally pushed him.
I believe so.
I think Ollie is.
Let's see. That is a 17.
You watch Rubius disappear in front of you, and you immediately catch yourself and hold up.
I say to the whole party, stop, stop, stop,
Ray,
stop.
I need you to roll a perception check.
I'm last.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I can't wait till you domino him into the pit.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hold on, it's loading.
Rubius is going to
I think
prepare a
it's
headshot to
-1.
whoever tries to do that.
Perception.
You'll miss. You're at disadvantage.
No, not anymore.
You're
Two.
not.
I love it.
Before.
You are so
Sam?
focused
Not yet. We
on
didn't rest.
carrying your large,
Very nervously, because I'm afraid I'm going to fall asleep at any
your
time.
large wheel.
Don't worry, Rubius.
you,
I'm there to break your fall for
you
you.
bump into JB, who bumps into June, who bumps into Oliver, who bumps into Rubius. Rubius, you go down the
Rubius
hole.
goes,
Sorry!
And you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall to the bottom of the pit.
Are you happy now?
How wide across is this pit?
It is about 5 feet wide.
You know what's
Easy
funny is if any
Oliver
of them fell
jumps
over
across
just
to the
Easy
other
enough to
side.
jump across if you
Got it.
know it's there.
Oliver does that.
Yep.
Jumps over.
Morthos just tells his echo to go across and then switches places.
Okay, so you poof out. Rubius, you're still
Somebody
down.
throw me a bloody rope.
I actually just I put down my little thing and I go, June, I'm going to hold you by the ankles and just pull him up, okay?
Does anyone have a way to light something so that I can just move this earth out of the way and someone can climb out of here?
Nope.
Nope.
No torches.
You have torches.
You normal
Like, we don't
adventurers
have
who do not
I
anything.
have no way of lighting it.
Flint? You don't carry flint with your torches.
Nope. Don't have a lighter.
I could try a stick.
I have a tinderbox.
Give me the torch and I will light it with my fingers.
Or you could use a
Why not-
dagger and a rock. That would work.
Okay, here's the thing. Light it.
Just get a little spark, lights it up,
Okay. I'm holding it.
and I will mold the earth to ramp up
Ruby's just shouting
enough
out,
for him to be.
Hello!
So you
I'm
watch,
down here!
You watch as JB Haggard holds out his hands. He traces a symbol in the air, and the dirt begins to shudder for a moment, and then
No, it's only somatic, but I do that for flavor.
for flavor, and it then moves, and he does another one, so it's like steps up.
Aw, man, I kind of liked the idea of holding June by the ankles.
I
Yeah,
had
don't we
so
all?
much faith in
For
your
the sake of
capabilities,
the
but
narrative, you all continue on.
I prefer this one.
Are you going in the same order?
Yep.
You go on another.
Morthos yells at his echo. Next time, tell me.
You
Ruby
go
says the same thing to you.
another
Yes,
couple
next time,
hundred
tell
feet.
me.
Continue. There's a bit of a wind to the path. Couple 100 feet more. Roll Dex Dave.
They have light this time.
They do.
Better this time.
So it is. He has dark vision though, so it doesn't really matter.
I rolled an 11.
You fall down the hole again.
Again?
Stop!
You take 2 bludgeoning damage. Rubius, Dex save.
These pits are going to kill me.
Convenient grave, though.
That is a 13.
You are able to stop yourself. Ray, perception.
11.
You are able to stop yourself.
I am more confident holding this because if I fall asleep, I know Jack will kiss me, and I'm getting kind of excited about that.
Nobody's gonna move her.
Who's Jack?
True.
Yeah, who is Jack?
He's the son of
he's
the
the
owner of the
son.
Blue Cow Inn,
That I
who
thought
she's
was
smitten
cute.
with.
So Morthos repeats and changes with
Make
his
your
echo
way out.
again. This
You-
time going, all right, I'm going to start checking in front of me now.
What are you doing when you're walking? Are your eyes closed? Are you blind? Oh, wait.
I am blind.
Why is a blind man leading us?
This is literally
Rubius
the
gets in front of
blind
him.
leading the blind.
Okay, I get in front of you.
I get in front of all of them, and I say,
We are stupid.
I was studying at the monastery a trick to slow one's fall. I wasn't exactly amazing at it, but I am proficient enough that I think maybe if this hallway is studded with all of these traps and you keep not seeing them, maybe I'll just go in front.
Fair.
Okay. So
Better you
June,
than me.
go ahead and make a perception check to check for traps.
That'll be so funny if it's terrible.
-1.
It's wisdom. She should.
Ooh. 20. Not
Nice.
natural.
You find one more pit that you are all able to now avoid before you exit into the dark of night. This tunnel, having been about a mile long, and then exiting on the outskirts of the city into a heavily wooded area. The door, as you move it, is obscured with brush and leaves and vines made very intentionally hidden to anyone who might be passing by. And you exit out into the heavy foliage, and you have the canopy overhead. It's overgrown, but there is a bit of a path that kind of leads to this entrance that, because you know the entrance is there, you can kind of find it. To any observer, it might look like a deer trail or something like that.
Dear.
Do we know which direction
The town is?
the town is?
Go ahead and roll a survival check.
I can
I
pull
know
out my
which direction
navigator
north
tools.
is, but I don't know where the town is.
On the horizon line.
Does anyone know which direction from here the town is? East, west, south?
That way.
Well,
You
I
know
remember
which
them
way?
saying that there were mountains, but let me
Yes. Mountains in the north.
north. I want to say right.
Uh,
15.
So, though direction isn't necessarily your strongest suit, you are able to recognize the silhouette of the hill that you're kind of this exit is emerging out of, and you sense that the hills
have eyes.
was on the north. The hill was on the north of the city. It's what the edge of the city was kind of built into. We must be on the other side of that, so the city must be south of us.
So the city's that way.
And Oliver pushes her hand a little bit further south. That way. Yep, good job. Yep.
We should get
That's
back
right.
to town, I believe, and rest for the evening.
I agree.
Where's Bill the Burrow when
it's
we need him?
about 11 o'clock at this point. You have your torch lit.
How far is this?
You don't know. You went about a mile underground, and you presume you're relatively close to the city, maybe at most a mile outside of town. So you make your way.
As we are walking back towards town, Morthos is just going to take out one of his short swords, and he's just going to kind of nick the bottom of trees as we're walking.
Okay.
You know, just that way if we ever need to get back, we'll have a way.
Okay. So you kind of mark a trail back to this path. Very good. You kind of trace around the base of the hill, and eventually it leads back to the road, which leads into the northeastern gate heading out of the city, which is the main gate. And you saw a wall atop the hill eventually as you went, so you kind of knew this was the right way to go. And make your way into the city, back to the Blue Cow. It is about 11:30 at night, and you all are feeling quite exhausted. So you're in the Blue Cow. You have let me go and find his name because I don't remember.
Jack's the only one you need to know.
Syl is awake, and he sees you. He's got a bit of a sleepy face. He says, okay. Here. Woof. Oh, you guys stink. You want me to draw a bath for you? What do you want me to do?
How much is a bath given to me by someone?
A sponge bath?
Yeah, correct.
There's a bath house down the way if you want that service. We could prepare one for you if you'd like. But you'd have to wash yourself.
Can't you just make this stench disappear?
Yeah, I'm a little too tired
I
to
just
do a
want to
bath.
go to bed.
I'm a little tired also.
You jerk.
Okay.
So you guys make your way back to your rooms. The only ones who are clean are JB and
No.
Elias.
Not anymore.
I'm getting.
Well, I have poop smear all on my head.
I'm gonna get a bath.
Okay, you take a bath.
Clean cat is a happy cat.
It's about 12:30 by the time you're all
This
finished.
one does.
Ray just
Cleaning
puts
up.
the
Oh, I'm
stone
sleeping.
mill down and just flops on the floor, and the people under her just hear thud.
Two
You
thuds.
all go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and you've leveled up, which we already did off screen. So congratulations, you're all level 4.
Yay.
And Syl is there making breakfast with Jack, kind of serving pancakes to the guests who are interested in eating them. And you have your morning about you.
What-
Ray, before she goes down, kind of just fixes her tiara in the reflection of the window. You could see her just kind of like, now I know why my parents always talked about proper hair. I never really cared before, but I kind of get it now. As you see her just kind of fixing it.
Yep.
Did we all have separate rooms, or was it like the
No,
girls
all
in
together.
one? Or
No.
Oh,
I slept on the floor.
oh,
Everyone all together.
that was tight for
We got the
space.
penthouse.
It was.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
Did
did.
get the penthouse.
What type
JB
of
was
armor
like
did I
all
get?
this.
Breastplate.
Is it half plate? What is it?
It is a breastplate.
So that's just a thing. If I
Yep.
Right in breastplate.
Yep.
Okay.
So while Ray is messing with her tiara and getting it fixed, June is just meditating in the corner and trying to peacefully meditate despite the loud exclamations about a tiara, but
And singing.
still concentrating and reflecting on all of my teachings.
Rubius isn't in the room. He's outside already, and he sort of has the same vibe as last night. He's just looking up into the distance and sort of thinking a little bit.
Okay. Very good.
JB will try to gather everyone up after breakfast and say, Is there a need to continue our talk yesterday about my connections? Perhaps we should go back to our room to discuss this.
But wait, I didn't get breakfast yet.
Oh, after we eat breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Most important meal of the day.
Especially with Jack serving it.
Where has Rubius gone to?
I don't know. He seemed a little shaken up yesterday. We should check on him after breakfast.
Breakfast is over, unless you eat 2 breakfasts.
I think only Killian was talking about
You can
second
have a
breakfast.
conversation while you eat, so...
Okay.
I'm not talking about this down here with all the people around.
Okay, very good. So
So that's why
Eat
I
breakfast.
suggested
you eat breakfast, talk about... Is there anything you wish to talk about over breakfast before you go back to have a more private conversation?
I do. We're eating breakfast, and you have not yet tried to hock your coffee on the owner. This is... Didn't you say it's made for it?
At this time, I have some digging into the supply of beans that I have. I could spell it away, but I do not want that to change the flavor. And so it's going to be some time for me to process these beans properly to then sample them out. So I'm going to take cautions with this one.
I'm just looking
The
at
first try,
your best interest.
the first try is the try that will get you. So I want it to be the best.
I'm sorry. What is this coffee?
She's
Is
an
this a
enemy.
potion?
I sadly cannot offer you any right now.
You take
But what is
beans,
it?
You grind them up, and then you run hot water through them.
Excuse me, however, this is a patented recipe and process. Therefore, I must have you sign this contract saying you will never share this information.
June's gonna look at the document, look at everyone else, and say, "Did anyone else?"
We all did, yeah.
I don't remember doing
Yep.
that.
Do I see their signatures like one after the other? on
Mine's in blood, if you can tell.
You see no signatures on the paper.
Oh, it's on the back. As I forge them.
I'm very intrigued in what this coffee is, so I'm gonna sign it.
Okay.
Atta girl.
Sign it.
Yep.
I know we are all having fun with this coffee, but
This is not fun. This
let
is
us
serious.
not forget that Killian is still missing.
Yep. No one
yeah.
forgot.
I miss him. But we need to go check on Rubius. He didn't come down for breakfast.
I do want to make sure his wounds are healing nicely. He didn't really seem, how do we say it? There yesterday.
That's true. He's a little distant.
Yeah.
Maybe you three could go check on Rubius, and maybe us three can go talk to Captain Curtis.
I do have a healer's kit with me, and I am very proficient with that. But also, if he's too far gone, I do have a poison kit.
Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Putting that out there.
I don't think
Just
it's his
saying.
body. I think it's his heart that hurts.
That's,
Even worse.
yeah, that's actually good to know.
Oliver, I think I would like to share my story before we meet with the whoever.
Sounds good.
But we need
So that-
Rubius first.
We can all determine what to share with him.
Let me go get him.
All right.
I'm gonna go up
Well,
to
let's
the
go
room.
up to our room then.
I'm gonna go.
So,
up.
June, you go and find Rubius.
I'm gonna be with June.
What is he doing in the
June,
room?
Ray.
Oh, he's outside.
He's outside.
Oh, okay.
He's just standing outside of the inn, just kind of looking out to sea and thinking, watching the seagulls kind of fly over the ships. And usually, Ray, he would have his binoculars up and he'd be looking fascinated at the white warblers flying around. But here, there is no such look of
As Ray creeps up, Rubius is just saying, looking at the seagulls, the pelicans, such beautiful birds.
I'm gonna pull out my what I whittled for him, which was a sheep. Hey, Rubius! And I just kind of hold it out to him, and it's a little whittled sheep. I made this for you. It was remember when you said you did all those cool things, but we couldn't really see anything, and then we found a sheep in the ground? This is for you.
Oh.
To remember our journeys together.
Can I say I brought a plate of food out with me?
Sure, you have
Okay.
a plate of flapjacks that
What
you brought
is
out.
this?
Perfect. And so,
What is this?
Oh, it's a sheep. Remember when we saw it? At that island?
It's
When we got
funny.
the compass?
You think this is a sheep?
What do you think it is?
The cotton-balled mammal is such a beautiful being.
What?
I appreciate your effort, though. Beautiful.
June is suddenly
Beautiful.
checking his pupil sizes to
You're
make sure
welcome.
there's no concussion.
It doesn't make cotton, though.
Stick out your tongue.
Well,
Well, why did you guys come out to me? I was enjoying my morning.
We missed ya. And JB also has something really important to say.
and a hearty meal is good for the soul, so I did
Sure.
bring you these flapjacks. They're not as good as if I would have made them, but they'll suffice for the moment.
Jack made them perfectly. What are you talking about, June? He's the best at everything.
Well, have you tried the flapjacks I make?
Well, I've known you for like
I'm like
2 days.
trying to push the plate towards Rubius while we're talking.
So, no, but maybe one day.
Rubius takes it.
Yeah.
I thank you.
You're welcome.
Quite delicious.
You haven't even tasted it yet.
Yes. Might I ask you something?
Of course, anything. You're one of my favorites, too.
Do you fancy Jack?
Yes, he's so cute, but don't tell him. I'm trying to not be obvious about it.
I surely won't.
Keep it a secret.
But you should.
Should what?
You should tell him.
Why would I do such a silly thing like that?
Go after the things you love. Life's too short.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I guess when you live to be 6,000 years old.
Thank you for the breakfast. I
You're
still
welcome.
haven't touched it. It is delicious. Fantastic.
Are you a little less shaken up from yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
I was a little worried about you.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Okay. Do you want to ride on my shoulders like a piggyback ride? And then we could go to JB. He has something important to tell us.
He hasn't been listening to anything. I just still can't figure out if it was me in those flashbacks or not.
What flashbacks?
I told you in the dungeon. I saw these horrible things, and it was from my perspective.
His
It
mind
was
is
like
going.
I did them.
Well, you don't know past, 6 months now? 4 months?
I don't know anything.
I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder and I'm going to say very seriously, Rubius, sometimes if you hit your head hard enough and often enough, it does permanent damage. And I have seen folks who have been injured in such ways shambling around. I don't know how many hits you have left, but something clearly wounded you before.
She's
Well-
a little...
Very insightful.
Let me ask you your perspective. Do you think it was me who did those things?
Do I think... Oh, I thought he was asking about hurting himself. I was going to say yes.
Did I torture those men?
You're very proficient with many kinds of weapons. Are there any weapons that you seem familiar with that would be used in that kind of way?
I woke up with this sword and the crossbow, and
You mentioned something about not remembering before, but we didn't have time to really discuss that. That seems mildly important.
I don't remember.
Well, as my parents always taught me that a nom taught them is, it doesn't always matter about where you've been, but it's where you are now. You can't change the past. And I like who you are now.
That's true, but what if I was torturing those men? That would matter.
But you aren't anymore.
That's quite a thing to just toss under the rug.
You can't change the past.
Love it.
And Ray just kind of shrugs her
Well, I
shoulders.
couldn't live with myself if I did that. I'd be no different from the beasts of the wild. The bear just savaging the deer. I would be that.
It's the way of nature. As my master used to say, there's no use in crying over spilled blood. And I'm clearly
There's
not
tons
remembering
of
that
use in
right.
crying over spilled blood. If I
long
was
as
the
it's
one who
not
spilled
yours.
it.
Well, you don't know for sure, right? So let's find out about it. Maybe the voice in Morthos' head can shed some light.
Where's Morthos?
He's upstairs with JB.
Let me
We're
go-
trying to get you up there,
Let
man.
me
Segue.
Let me
good
go
segue.
talk to his head.
Bunch of schizophrenics.
And so the three of you
Seems
make
like
your
they're
way
all
up back
crazy.
up to your room where Oliver, JB, and Morthos are waiting.
I kind of pat Rubius on the back, not realizing how hard I'm whacking him.
I steady him.
He just gets knocked onto his feet. The breakfast goes flying.
June does catch you, and she kind of catches the plate so it doesn't
Oh, that was the
smash.
priority.
Yeah. And you make your way up.
What if you catch the plate and I just go
see.
flying?
I thought about it.
I see. I'm very glad that you're all here. I feel like I am intertwined in this story due to my past. Now, mind you, everyone has a past, yes, and sometimes pasts catch up to you, and sometimes they're regrettable.
Never.
I don't know if any of you have experienced that or just moments ago spoke about that. But as you know, I am from a place called Ravnica. I arrived here 250 years ago, by the way, by the gracious implementation of science and magic from a man named Thalavar. Anyone know Thalavar?
I actually do know of Salavar.
What are the odds
you know
of that?
Thalavar.
Well, I don't know him personally, but I have been to his tower.
I would certainly love to meet the man again. I have not seen him in 250 years.
Did you say again?
Let's move on from that. We will talk later. And so, when I arrived here, I was alone. Yes, and for about over a century, I was alone and building up my reputation as the blue man in the
group?
streets,
Yeah.
and then slowly grew into the blue man in the hut and
In the sheets.
And I worked my way up.
Sorry.
Hey, it's not a bad moniker to go by. You know? Whatever pays the bills.
That's not the story I was going to share, but we do have pasts. Now, a century goes by of this really loneliness, but mostly I occupied my time learning things of your world. Now, I met a woman at that time.
I'll bet you did.
Oh, I remember.
Yes.
It was Dolly, right? Because I remember talking about my dollies.
Dolly Garden, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she beautiful lady, yes. At the time, I did not see different creatures in this world as human or as I look her up and down and see evidence of scales, yes?
Roll a perception check.
Oh. I think it's just a... sorry.
He's zoning out, staring at me like,
Your perception is even.
Okay, 10.
There's something different about her,
Gotcha.
but you don't know what.
Gotcha. So, different creatures like you and you, very intriguing, which is what had me join this group. However, we fell in love, and it's my first love, and apparently on this world there's marriage, and we did get married. However,
Aww.
you have not met this lady.
Mm-mm.
No, that was a long time ago.
You told me about it, though, when we first met.
And I was visited as my prominence grew in Westgate. My magical abilities and the skills with illusions. I was contacted by a man named Finnegas. Anyone know Finnegas? He's a gnome. Gnome. And so
Would I know anything? Any trade?
Roll history. You can roll a history check.
let me give you advantage. Finnegas Neswick.
Yes. I rolled a 5 twice. I know a Finnegas Thornburg.
Thornbray?
Nope, Thornburg.
Well,
Yeah.
this man is a part of the Weavers Guild, and
Ah.
I'm not sure how high. Well, he tells me he's a part of the Weavers Guild. He had told me. Anyway, we built a long-distance relationship, and it turns out he had nefarious intentions.
What kind of relationship? Long distance?
We communicated through mail. Is that okay with you?
He's evil.
Wondering if you were married at the time.
Oh, no, there were no relations, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
It is a
Betw-
free world, though.
Between you and Finnegas?
Correct.
Ah.
So, over time, things got a little more hostile with his communications, and there was a time where Dolly went missing,
Oh, no.
and I searched. This was nearly 100 years ago, 70, as it were, and so I searched. I spoke with my connections in the city, and no one knew a thing, no one was telling me a thing until Finnegas sent a team of Zentarum. This is where the connection comes in. To basically tell me that my wife was fine and would remain fine as long as I served the Zents in a fashion that they requested.
They blackmailed you.
They're so evil.
I believe that's the correct term. It is not the correct term. I was not in trouble. My wife was in trouble. She was held hostage.
Right.
And I was not willing to. I'm telling you now, my internal process of trying to figure out the right thing to do always ended with, I must protect the one that I love. And so I gave in to the demands of those in the city that were chasing us around.
I would have just punched him in the face.
Yes, and then your mother would have died? Is that what you would have wanted?
I don't know. I would have just punched him. But continue on.
So I was between, as they say, a rock and a bigger rock. And so
That is a saying they use, yep.
I've heard that saying.
And so for the past, 65, 60 something years, I have been utilizing my arcane abilities and knowledge to assist in the transport of goods, services, and people that are not necessarily the they weren't voluntarily or legally obtained.
So, like slaves.
Well, that was a side project of theirs. I did not know much information about that. Either, I believe it was more of an indentured servitude thing. Again, I did not ask questions. What I did know was that Dolly was alive, and I had to make the choice. And so the Zents have been using me to forge documents, to hide materials, hide wares, cover up things, and so I pull out the Zent coin. This is actually how we fled Westgate.
Rubius looks at it.
As you look at it, you see that there is a snake that is kind of coiled up with its head and fangs bared, and it has wings that kind of are unfurled out, and it is on, that's the front of the coin. On the back of the coin is a dagger with what looks to be some liquid dripping off of it. Rubius, as you look at that, you again feel the exact same sensation that you felt when the name Zentarum was spoken yesterday.
What is that? What is that?
This is a symbol of the Zentarum that allows the holder to prove himself in some way, fashion, or form. Now listen. Immediately upon Morthos letting me know that Dali had passed, within a few moments I understood that there's no sense in worrying about her now. She's gone. I do not know why I did not realize that the lifespan of humans does not match the lifespan of the great Vedelkin. However, my goal immediately was made up in my mind to travel with you. My coffee plan is not for my own business purposes. Okay. I have goals, not of vengeance or revenge, per se, but of righteous justice. It takes money to take down kingpins of the Zentarum. I seek out knowledge of this location of Phineas and his other investments and nefarious plans, and I would utilize our business strategic locations and income to fund an ability for me, and hopefully I can convince the rest of you to shut this down.
They sound pure evil. I'm in.
Rubius looks at the coin.
Might I hold on to that for just a second?
No. Sorry.
Can I study it? It speaks to me, and I do not know why.
Rubius, I can assure you there is no magic in this coin. He puts it away in his pocket. This may be the key to many plans in the future. I will not let it leave my hands.
JB.
Yes, Morthos.
While I did not find value before in you trying to sell your coffee, I now see the potential for the value. Not just in money, but because you are right, as you say, it takes money to take down. Unfortunately, I have too many passive dealt with them. But we are going to be in a very, very peculiar situation where we are going to need to gather information. Maybe there is a place that we can use your coffee trade to not just raise the funds that we will need to take on some of these more nefarious groups, but maybe it can also be a way for us to create a network of people to gather information for us.
I know some really good traders, some of the best traders in all of the Sea of Fallen Stars.
You know, Morthos, your insight into this, I didn't think before now to ask, but I appreciate your input, and as the de facto leader of this organization, do you think this could be something we could invest in to further the cause of good?
I only care about preventing the evil that I know is coming. And that will take two things. It will take money, and it will take information, both of which maybe we can use your coffee as a ruse for.
But the coffee is also good.
Well, there is no doubt.
Okay, all right.
I mean, you have to have a
I wanted
product,
you
yeah.
to admit it. All right, so now that you all have heard my story, I profusely apologize for the role I played in growing, because I certainly helped them grow on the East Coast. But I would ask for your forgiveness. I don't feel bad about it now. I'm fine. I'm over it. However, I know that some races in this world tend to hold grudges or think poorly of people who have made past decisions negatively.
I pick up JB in a bear hug.
Gotta subtract 10 health.
So I wanted to highlight something you said. So you helped them move items, right?
Yeah, there were stolen items, dark magic items.
Does anyone find it interesting that the lady in the woods is requesting an item and that the Zent are currently here?
And I can tell you, when I was captured, or I should say when we were captured, they have been studying us for some time. It was made clear when I was taken.
First of all, who is the lady in the woods you speak of?
We don't know.
We don't know. It's just in Captain Teeth's logs.
Oh yeah, we should look at that
I
again.
was there. Yes.
Yes,
I'm
you were.
sorry, I've been through trauma recently.
I only looked very quickly. I did plan on kind of reading the captain log again today.
All right.
We
Okay. Oh. Okay. So the pirate ship
Yes.
was attempting to deliver goods to the
goods-
lady.
Well, an item.
An item. Yeah, an item. I don't know. I said that so weird. An item. That was in the notes. Let me quick. And he holds out his palm again, and Bart rifles around somewhere in his back and puts his notes in there. Let me go back and read. You keep talking.
While Oliver is reading the notes that he has, Bart, after having slapped the book in his hand, kind of stays up and looks about and sees the flapjacks that have been set down on the table and sees Rubius there, kind of just almost lost in himself. And you, out of the corner of your eye, notice what looks to be a blue kind of spectral tail emerge next to one of the flapjacks and pick it up, and it kind of floats over to Rubius and slaps him in the face, and the tail disappears.
Just reading here. Nothing happened
Oliver's
weird.
completely oblivious.
Who did that?
I say, who has invaded Rubius's personal space?
I've been flapjacked.
It wasn't me, I promise.
I've just been reading the whole time. It wasn't me.
Did I see it happen? Like, did I see it from start to end?
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna say
With
nothing.
with your passive perception, yeah.
Rubius sneaks up behind Morthos and to the back of his head says,
Was it me? Was it me who did it?
I don't believe you threw the pancakes.
I'm not talking
in your
to
own
you.
face.
I'm talking to the voice in your head. Tell me what happened.
You shake his head like a
Magic
8-ball. Yeah.
Check that later.
As Rubius is trying to speak to the voice in your head, Morthos, we're gonna do our first giveaway of this.
Giveaway time.
So, if you would like to have an opportunity to win those blue dice, then type into the chat right now, !flapjack. Flapjack. Flapjack, all one word. And you will be entered in, and we will randomly select someone to win those dice. Type in !flapjack for your chance to win those cool blue dice. !flapjack. All right, so you guys have heard JB's tale, made some connections with regard to why they might want JB, and that there was a lady who was to receive a delivery of an item from Captain Teeth, as he was referred to.
How many E's was that again?
It was like 4 E's, but I was
That's
only
what
guessing.
hit one of his. It's what one of his shipmen referred to him as, Captain Teeth. There was no name in his log.
Right.
That's just what they called him. And so, Killian's still missing. It's about 10 a.m. You have a bag of holding full of weapons and the whole day ahead of you.
So after this story that I have told you, is it okay that I remain a part of your group?
Well, I sure as hell hope so.
Yeah, I mean, the
Great.
voice in Morthos' head said to get you, and You seem contrite that you didn't enjoy what you were doing, and really you were having someone you love held against you.
Well, to be honest, I didn't hate it either. It was just my daily task.
No, I get it.
I agree with Ray with something she said earlier. It is not necessarily what you have done in the past, but what you do now.
That's what my parents always told me.
Good, good.
Because some of us have dark and evil past.
Oh, is it you?
Rubius.
No, not at all.
Rubius
Oh,
looks,
yeah, okay.
Rubius
Not
looks
at all.
right at Morthos and says,
Did the voice in your head respond when I asked it a question?
"What have I done?"
I do not know, but I've never heard it scream like that before when you asked.
"What does that mean?"
Oh Lord. So I plan on remaining in this room for most of this day, working on the coffee and these scrolls and my spell shard. If that is all right with you, take this information where you need it.
Do you... I mean, you want to set up... You got to set up trade routes. Do you need me to wait for Wilson and send word back to my islands that they can send 1 or 2 traders?
Wilson is your homing pigeon.
I mean,
yes?
he's not mine. He's free. He can do whatever he'd like.
Oh,
But he tends to show up when important things happen to me. It's really weird.
But this is great. We must remember to stay focused on Gillian. The more time we waste, the harder it might be for us to find him.
How about you go talk to Curtis, tell him what we found, because I think you two said if we could clear it out, we should tell him, and we did.
So I believe maybe if we tell him about the base, maybe it'll garner us some goodwill, and maybe he will be more forthcoming with information.
Maybe I'll go just try to offload, the weapons and stuff in the bag of holding while you're getting information.
How far are we from Waterdeep?
Very.
Very, very far.
Oh, I have a globe. Do you want to see it?
Please. I actually do want to see it.
I'll say
I take out the globe and I spin it around a couple times. I don't know where anything is.
Is it shiny?
I could.
I
point-
quick hide it behind my back so Ollie doesn't see it.
I
And I turn
understand.
a little bit to show just June.
Is Ollie's wearing his new
Oh yeah,
piece, right?
100%.
Could I investigate that to see if it actually provides protection per se, like
Sure.
of any type?
And if it doesn't, don't tell me. I look damn good, like a proper Kevin.
17. Yeah, I thought so too.
It though has ornamental aspects, does operate as a breastplate which covers his vital organs from his waist to his neck.
What time were they going to meet in the woods?
It didn't say. Let me tell you what it said. It said, "When you find the item, meet me in the woods." Signed, the lady, in quotes.
And we know they went into the woods.
Yeah.
Well, at least the captain did. Doesn't look. Well, we freed the other shipmates.
I will first learn the spell knock. Open this little chest and find out if mayhaps it is some kind of strange item that this lady may be looking for.
I have seen the knock spell before. That is very, very
Last
good that
call
you have.
for the blue dice! ! Flapjack if you would like to enter to have your chance to win those blue dice there that are circulating around in our giveaways! ! Flapjack.
So, Oliver, if you come across that flying creature, what's his name?
Wilson, yeah.
If you come across
He's a seagull.
Wilson, I would be much obliged if you would send a message to the tower we left from in Westgate and find out if supplies and production can begin for supplying your hometown with beans for your parents' sample and the other gentleman's sample.
Garfield, yeah.
If you have a messenger bird, would you mind sending word to my master in Waterdeep that I'm not dead? I imagine he's worried.
Yeah, again, it's not my bird. He just kind of shows up when important things happen in my life. So if he shows up, I will most certainly do both of those things.
You're from Waterdeep.
Not exactly, but it's where I was before I came here, so
And your
suppose it's the
master?
closest. What is the master's name again? June is rattled by the events and can't remember it.
Also, hasn't completed backstory.
Well, I have a master that I grew
How dare
up
you
with.
mention something for me to obtain knowledge about and not want to share it? Unacceptable, in my opinion. I will require that information in 10 days' time. Henceforth, let it be known.
Will you have coffee for me at that time?
Absolutely.
That seems
For a
like a fair
small fee.
bargain.
Again, maybe. I don't know if Wilson will show up. I'm going to wish it.
Oh, I have the beans now. I just need to process them
Okay.
properly. The Don Zent have taken a sample also.
All right, so JB, you are going to work on transcribing your new spells into your spell shard.
And as soon as I get knocked down, I'm going to open that.
Okay, you complete knock, and it opens with a reverberating that Jack comes running up to your room and knocks, and then opens. Is everything okay in here?
I have simply learned a new spell, young squire, and everything is all right.
You can stay if you'd like.
My dad says I gotta go and.
It's probably for
I
the
was
best.
most likely no one's here.
Oh.
Oh, I guess that's true.
I don't know how long spells take, but
So he goes. You do unlock the innermost.
you can meet him in the alley sometime.
The innermost of the boxes, and inside is a very intricately cut diamond
Damn, not a coin.
worth 300 gold,
Don't care.
which you are aware has not just monetary uses,
Yes.
but also uses for certain spell components.
Like bringing someone back from the dead.
I don't think I'll tell everyone. This will go towards the Take Down the Zent fund.
Very good. So,
I'm going to the
so
merchants
yes, so
to
please,
sell.
You're going to a merchant's to sell.
I'm going to sell what's in the bag of holding for us
Okay.
for the take down the Zent
Is
fund.
anyone going with? Is anyone going with Oliver to sell stuff?
You want to come with me?
She's holding the globe behind her back. I have some other things to do. I'll catch up with you later, Ollie.
Okay.
I'll go with you.
All right, June.
So June
let's
will
do
go with Ollie. Rubius,
Sure.
you're gonna go as well. Morthos, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go see the captain.
You're gonna go see the captain.
Before we go, I have some gold to break down that we found.
Wait, you're going on your own to see the captain?
Apparently, everyone else went to go sell the swords.
I don't want him to vanish on his own again.
That's probably a good idea. Honestly, selling swords, I don't need too much help.
I'll go with you, Morthos.
Everyone gets 93 gold pieces. This is what we found in the
Here you go, Morthos. You take care of it for me. I'm not very good at money.
I thank you, young one. I will.
Very good.
I'd give it to Killian, but he's not
Very
here.
bad choice you just made, Ray.
Hey, I Morthos and Killian are like my guardians.
Very good.
Hey, I bought you guys the penthouse suite, man. Come on.
Yeah.
You did. All right, so we'll do Oliver and Rubius first. You guys look around town, and it's actually hard to find a spot that will buy back weapons. Most of the smiths in town have their own stores, and the general merchants are more concerned with goods rather than weapons. Roll an investigation check.
You got it. Both of us?
Sure.
12.
Rubius?
It's an 18.
Rubius.
We do know there's a black market here. That has been said by the Night Knives.
Right, although it's a black market
understood.
exists.
So we know we're
it's
looking.
Knowing the right people.
We know we're actually looking for something, though.
And so as you go back to the dolphin market, you find a
17, by the way. Sorry.
You find a large
Missed it.
purple tent that has bluish clouds.
Zoblob's brother.
That has bluish clouds stylized in with a kind of a deep maroon embroidery that's interlaced with gold as well. It's a very vibrant yet kind of regal color scheme that has the inside curtain kind of drawn back, and a little sign hangs above the opening that says it's the Torn Veil. And you're pointed in this direction by several of the shopkeepers as this is the woman who will buy just about anything for the right price. Her name is Lenya.
Lend you some money.
Amen. That's what I was thinking. Beat me to it, even though you're not there.
Rubius walks in.
Okay, and so Rubius and Oliver, you enter, and you see before you a woman with bluish skin, darker than JB's. She has white eyes with normal, kind of almost green gold color and pupils. So she's not a Vedalken. She has dark hair that has a large feather which kind of pokes out of her hair, with a ornate clasp that's just kind of tucked in, as she has kind of a lock of hair behind her ear. There is a radiance around her, very slight. She has a white gown, and she has a very pleasant look to her. There is a white owl perched on her shoulder, and she regards you with a big smile as you enter in, and she says, "Ah, hello. I am Lenya Kriel. Welcome to the Torn Veil. How can I assist you today?"
Kind of a creepy voice.
Rubius sort of tips us out. Madam.
Yes, we have the finest trinkets and treasures and assorted oddities here in the city. I would be happy to let you peruse my wares.
We are not here to buy.
Let's not be too hasty. There's a lot of shiny things here.
Well,
We could be.
but we are primarily here to sell.
Also true.
Oh, well, I'm always looking for a good deal. What do you have to sell?
Should I tell her?
Why don't we show her instead?
Okay. He holds out his hand, and Bart starts digging around in the back and hands him the bag of holding.
Feast your eyes on this.
Oh,
Not the bag.
a bag of... Oh.
It's what's in the bag.
She looks you up and down. Oh, you are adventurers then, I take it.
Yeah, you could say that we're called the Shades. We're not well known yet. Just starting. But we've helped out the city quite a bit already.
Oh, well, I'm typically more interested in the light, but shades are nice too on windows.
Yes. Or if it's a really hot day and you need a break from the sun, and you look like you use a parasol. A parasol. Is that correct?
The light doesn't bother me at all.
Me neither. I love it. I was born on the water. Not a break from the sun anyway. Except at nighttime.
What's in your bag?
Yep. Opens it up and he just starts
Strictly business, I appreciate.
pulling everything out.
So you take out the array
Yeah.
of weaponry, and she looks at it. Well, these seem to be in fine working order.
Mm-hmm.
As you can tell from my shop, I don't typically carry weapons here, but I might be in the market for the right price. But before I offer a price, is there anything here you would like to trade for?
Well, Sheila, what do you have?
Well, as you look around, there are several interesting objects. Things like rings and bubbling brews, and there are some weapons. There are some just everyday items that are kind of unique and have a interesting color scheme, or are more just delicate in their creation, or are made of a precious metal. And as you take everything in, please roll a investigation check. You each can do this to see what catches your eye as particularly unique.
Crit. 21.
Of course you did.
5.
Rubius,
Bart is on point.
you find this boat, which looks to be like a giant, almost long ship with a singular kind of opening at the top. And there's an old man with a white beard and a staff holding out his hand with a white bird atop it. And then there's all manner of animals all around the outside of the boat.
I know a guy this reminds me of.
No, yeah. I know a guy too. Are there any deer on that boat?
You're not paying attention to the boat.
Oh.
That's Rubius,
Okay.
and you are going through and seeking to catalog all of these animals.
Look at all these animals.
It's 2 of everything.
That's incorrect. How much for it?
Oh, that is very interesting. It is actually an artifact from an old storm giant tribe that I traded with.
Would you trade this?
He points the crossbow at her.
Are you threatening me?
Oh, I was offering, not threatening, offering.
Somewhere, wherever she is, June just feels the urge to just facepalm out of nowhere.
You'll trade me the hand crossbow for
Well, of
the boat?
course.
Yes.
This
Done.
means nothing to me. This is everything.
So you obtain Noah's longboat.
Noah's longest boat.
How big is this in his arms?
It is quite large.
He's holding it up.
It seems to be like a more of a child's plaything that she may have embellished that it was an artifact.
Are
But
you sure this is enough?
but
For this
the
masterpiece?
carvings in it and the markings in it do match some of the storm and wave motifs that are also carved into Ray's hammer. So
Sick.
it does seem to be authentically storm giant.
Alright.
With that much, she wasn't.
It's mine now.
It is yours now, so you can put in there Noah's longboat.
He goes up to I almost called you Eli. He goes up to Ollie.
Yeah,
and he says,
sorry.
That was a steal.
Yeah,
See what you can get for
that
this.
most certainly was a steal.
Oliver, you have your eye caught by several unique things. And you have a particular eye for unique things, seeing as how these curiosities all have different stories to tell.
Yep.
The first is one of the bubbling brews, and several of them look like a normal healing potion. In fact, there are 2 of those available. But one that is set off to the side has a very interesting complexion. It is a maroon red, and inside you see a bead of energy that continuously contracts and then expands, contracts and then expands. And this potion certainly seems interesting to you. Lenya sees you observing it, and she says, "Oh, I see you've identified one of my potions of diminution."
Diminution.
Yes, it can be taken, and the individual who imbibes it will shrink down very small. Or if you're a big person, to be a slightly less big person.
Interesting.
Yes. And then your eye moves to a plate of candy next to that. And you see a little packet that says Freyfield's Jolly Ooze Bean Sugar Bombs.
Sounds
And
amazing.
as you kind of, as you rustle the packet, you can feel 4 distinct ooze bombs, ooze bean sugar bombs in them. She said, "Oh, each one is different. Everyone has its own effects. Some of them allow you to breathe underwater, or to resist certain damage, or to overcome being charmed or even frightened. It's a surprise in every pack. Yay."
Rubius walks up.
Might you have a restroom?
"Oh, yes, there's a tree outside."
I'll be right back.
Uses that to get up and go to the restroom.
Totally uncaring of all the magical effects she just listed.
You continue with rustling around in the plate, and there's a plate that is full of buttons, all kinds of buttons. And
Wish I were with them now.
she says, "Oh, you found my plate of buttons. There's others who are fond of them. They're not here right now, but there is one in there that's special." And as you're rustling around, you find one button that doesn't move. It's just sitting in the tray that is hovering in midair. And you kind of move all the other buttons out from around it, and it's just sitting there by itself in midair. And then she looks at it, and she says, "Watch this." And she touches it, and she says, "Not button." And it just falls. And she says, "That's an immovable button. Very useful in certain circumstances." And you continue to look through. She has several garments, implements of clothing. The one she points you to as you look, and she said, you see a blue pair of socks that have kind of moons that are across the ankles. And she holds them up to you, and she says, "Oh, these socks will help you get an excellent night's rest." And these are the socks of the well-rested, and if you are wearing them,
I want them.
you are able to recover an extra hit die on a long rest. So normally on a long rest, you can only recover half of your hit die, so you can recover half plus 1 when you're wearing them. You turn your attention to the weapons that are there.
Man,
And
I found everything.
They're all rather mundane, except for one, which looks to be not unlike... Oh, no, you weren't there. Never mind. What looks to be a dagger that, rather than having a metallic blade, has a giant icicle for a blade. And she sees you looking at it, and she says, "Oh, that there is a frozen dagger. It's interesting in that rather than dealing piercing damage, it deals cold damage to its foes. And if you hit it particularly well, there's an opportunity to paralyze it." So basically, on a crit, it has to make a Constitution save, or it is paralyzed for 1 round. And then finally, Bart is fixated on her feather. And she sees Bart looking at her feather, and she kind of follows the direction. She says, "Oh, your tail seems to have a interest in my feather."
Does he? That's Bart. Yeah, he kind of has a mind of his own.
Interesting. Well, this is a qual feather. It's a whip. You can activate it and for 1 hour control it to attack any dangerous foes around you. And then it'll be gone forever.
Oh.
I wear it as protection in case someone gets feisty. It is one use, but very useful at the right moment. So, are there any of these items that you're interested in?
Yes. All of them?
Well, I'm sorry to say that the weaponry that you've provided isn't worth all of them.
Yeah, I figured.
Maybe 1 or 2 of them in the right combination.
I really like that button.
Oh, the button. Well,
It's a good prank item.
I would be willing to take this, and she points out basically 200 gold worth of your armory. You've already done 75, so you've 425 worth of gold left.
Okay.
So that would take up about 200 worth of gold.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a 75 gold children's toy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Hand crossbow.
It was a PlayStation 5.
Okay. What if the button, and then you buy the rest from me, because I need to come back to my compatriots with some gold.
Okay. She looks at it.
Now, you tell the story about that long ship over there. Mind if I tell you a story about where we got these weapons from? How important they are?
She smiles knowingly and leans in. All right, I'll humor you.
Oh, thank you very much. And then... What?
Just do the greatest narration you've ever done.
It all started when I was born.
Yes. I was born a cub, as most Tabashi are. Now, I'm sure you've heard of many a people and things going missing in this town as of late. Is that correct?
Can't say that I'm aware of missing people, but there's always things going missing. It is a rather shady town.
Yes, well, one of my friends disappeared. Thin air. A person poofed into existence, grabbed him, and poofed him away. With the smell of sulfur in the air. It's quite the sight. Like that, it happened, and Bart snaps. He has a mind of his own.
That's excellent tail control.
I'm not doing it, he is.
Oh, go on.
We found their lair in the sewers. We fought our way through. Did you know down there are 3 large beasts that eat the poo?
That sounds horrifying.
It is, especially when one was led out to try to kill you by this rogue group of individuals who are trying to subtly take over this entire town. They're not part of the Night Knives. I'm sure you've heard of them.
Nope.
How long have you been here?
About 10 years or so.
You're a wonderful fence, let me tell you. Lovely eyes, actually.
Grievous has come back inside.
You told me to use the tree, but the guards told me about public urination.
Oh, right. The tree is the name of the latrine in the dolphin ward.
Got it. Message received.
I knew that.
The tree has been watered.
Excellent.
So, we fought our way through to the heart of this area where our one good friend who was also poofed away was being ravaged. He was being beat up. He was being prodded and poked for information, and we snuck in through the back door, defeated all of the enemies, well, most of them, especially the big bad one. And I pull out the cape of the Montebank, and I hold this. This was his cloak. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yes.
You have?
I'll trade you for that.
No. And he puts it back in the bag of holding.
You're a tease.
Just a little bit, yeah. His ears go down. But we fought our way through, gathered these goods so that we could give them to someone like yourself, a fine lady. And I suggest, and he casts suggestion, I suggest you give us an appropriate price.
More than appropriate.
You have suggestion?
I do.
It's not a nefarious suggestion.
I need to roll what?
Wisdom.
Natural 20.
You're a liar.
No, really, that one right there is a 20.
Yep.
Okay,
Should have said a super cheap price instead of reasonable.
I will give you
I don't want to screw the lady.
this button
Not that
for
pretty.
100 gold worth of your items. And I will give you 325 gold for your remaining goods. That's as reasonable and fair as I can be.
I'll take it.
Right. So you get the immovable button, which when clasped to a piece of fabric will prevent the fabric from ripping and tearing, as whatever it is clasped to when activated is held fast in place.
Okay.
Up to 500 pounds worth of pressure.
Threw that one in there at the very end. So Ray couldn't wear it.
I mean,
Calling her
she'd
fat.
be
I'm swimming at 7.
she'd be pushing the limit.
Till tomorrow when she's over the limit.
Yeah. And what'd you say? We got 425 gold?
325 gold.
Gotcha.
Nice
Yeah,
try.
325 gold. Yeah.
That was my use of suggestion.
I just got the ship.
You have the ship, but he has 325 gold. Are you interested in any of the other items that you looked at?
I am not at this current junk. Actually, how much for those jelly beans?
For you, at a reasonable price?
Yes.
250 gold.
It's a little too steep for me. Little too steep. Can you do better than that?
Roll a persuasion check with advantage because she's suggested.
First one's a 19. Second one's a 27. And he's like, full on tail, ears down, big cat eyes, tails like maneuvering in a weird pattern.
Picture cat, Puss in Boots.
Basically.
Shrek 2. All right.
Oh, just take them.
Wow.
You, Lenya, Sheila, you are wonderful. You really are. I like you so much. I'm going to give you 25 gold for those. I will not take them for free. It's 25 gold.
Thank you.
And we will be back. Remember us. We can be your greatest patrons.
I will remember the shades.
It could be a good thing or a bad thing.
I knew it. I knew it.
All right.
We're going to change our name. Don't worry.
So you
The shadows.
We leave.
you leave the residence of the lady, and you.
Oh, no! Oh!
I'm so
And you. I meant Lenya of Lenya Kriel.
Sure you did.
She was right.
And
this.
She called it.
you are...
Did you really?
I wrote down 3 points, and I said she collects items, she knows the city is shady, and then my most compelling point was she's a woman.
That's right. You can't trust a woman.
All right, you
At least 1 week a month.
Yeah.
you make your way back to the Blue Cow, June and Morthos. You arrive at the headquarters of the Watcher's Guard the next day, and Curtis is there. He welcomes you in. So, there's only 2 of you this time. Did the rest of your party survive?
Yes, they.
And he has genuine concern in his voice. He's not just putting on a show. He knows where you went, what you were doing.
They are all. So they have all survived. We are still missing one that went.
So you found one.
We did. We found one of them.
Okay, tell me what happened. I mean, it's my job to know.
Well, remember how we told you about the creature that was let loose, and you pointed us that you said there were 3 in the city. Well, we definitely were able to track our way back, and we found a very large underground, I guess you could call it a base for them to operate out of. We made our way in. We avoided the creature of the sewers, and we were able to take out quite a few of them. I would say that the leader of the base was one that we had taken out as well. A couple had gotten away, and that is where we have found one of our friends strapped to the table. I would say that if I were you, I would send some men down there to make sure it is cleared out completely. And specifically, that creature is still roaming the sewers. Although I do not believe the creature can get into their base itself.
So you didn't kill the Atiag?
No, the Atiag is not dead. But we did find a hidden passageway that you can use to get into their encampment inside the mountain.
Can you show my men?
I can. I marked it on our way back so we could retrace our steps.
That would be very useful.
Well, I can show you whenever you like.
Do you have anyone in your guard who's skilled at undoing or even building traps? There were quite a few down there.
Well, we can take our time and get through it. We have a couple of tinkerers here who usually can get the locks triggered and the traps sprung without hurting too many folks, at least themselves. So, you killed everyone in the base?
Not everyone.
Who were they? What were they? They weren't the Night Knives, were they? That would make no sense.
No, I do not believe so. Some of them were definitely the Zentarum.
The Zents are here?
Yes. And if I am
That
correct,
explains a little bit.
they were not all Zentarum, but there were definitely
Well,
Zentarum among them.
Were the Zents the leaders or the underlings?
Morthos know that? on what
Based
JB
off
says?
of what JB explained, the leader being a Zent,
Okay.
and you would get the sense that it was the leaders.
Yes, the leader was definitely a Zent.
Well, if I know anything about the Zents, then they're probably recruiting, and they're probably the force behind this little turf war with the Night Knives, trying to move in and take their territory. Well, that's no good. I've heard about the turf wars that the Zents can have. I mean, they can mess a city up. We cannot.
I can speak of that firsthand. In Waterdeep, I witnessed what can happen when the Zent are in a turf war with
Yeah,
someone
supposedly 6 months to a year ago, there was something that went on in Waterdeep with them.
else. It was quite something.
Well, we're not as big as Waterdeep, but... Okay, so I gotta worry about Zents. Anything else that you found? Anything else that you could let me know? I gotta take care of the Atiog. You guys, I mean, I know I told you about the caravan that went missing, and
Yeah.
hey, if you can check that out, great. Clearly, you got some capabilities. I gotta give you that. Okay. Hey, props from me to you. Well done. If you could take care of that Otyug, I probably could wrestle some money up from the chief.
Well,
And when I mean the chief, I don't mean like the chief of the guard. I'm already the captain. I mean from the chief baron from Tenley.
Ooh.
He's
What-
the one in charge of the whole city.
What's his name?
Chief Baron Tenley Fetrell.
I believe we might be able to offer
Even
our
more
assist-
money if you can keep it alive and get it back in its cage.
Ooh, that thing was quite ferocious.
Exactly. I don't have to bring another one in there, and I don't want to risk my men going down there. We're already thin enough.
We still have one of our companions are missing. Is there anything that you might have heard or seen that might help us find out where this group has taken him? He is not in their fortress or base in the mountain anymore.
Maybe if we go and comb through that base, we could find something, but I didn't even know that there was Intarm here until you just told me. I just thought it was some minor rival gang. But that makes sense. Too many of my men have been going missing.
I
If
would
they're
say
trying
you
to
have-
thin us out, then that...
You have a much larger problem on your hand with this group. And obviously there's a place for us to work together on this. Because we are still looking for one of ours, and obviously this is something you need to get rid of, as we would say.
You mentioned men missing. We did run into corpses down there. Do you have a description of any of them?
It's my guardsmen. Most of them are humans. There's an odd elf or half-elf or even a dwarf or two that have gone missing.
No halflings?
Halflings, no, they're... I employ them for more subtle operations. So no, they're all fine. But he looks you both over. I'll tell you what. There's a man, a halfling, named Kelson. Kelson Mare. Call him a friend of mine. Tell him that the captain told you that he knows how to find what you're looking for. He can be found in the dolphin market. He's usually trying to sell or buy things. He's a fence. He's got sandy brown hair. Normal plain clothes. Nothing fancy.
Sandy brown hair.
Yeah.
That does match the description of the halfling that we found dead down there with a slit throat. You said nondescript clothes?
If they got Kelson, then things are way, way worse than I thought.
When's the last time you spoke with him?
Did his hair kind of go around the head like this?
You mean bald?
Yes.
No, he's not bald. He's got a full shock of hair.
Alright.
June's like, oh, never mind. Not
Unless it was a toupee. I'm not there.
Anyway, find Kelson, tell him what I told you, and don't share that with anyone.
And you're certain there's none of your men you can lend us in clearing out a dangerous beast that threatens the peace of your city? Seems like that might
I'm
reflect
gonna
badly on
I'm gonna have to have my men go and do it eventually. So that's gonna happen. I'm giving you the opportunity to get there first and to earn a reward. That's all.
I would gladly take this quest, but we must find our friend first. If
Go
we can
find him.
we will come back and
We
will...
still have the 2 others that are down there, but as long as that 3rd one's loose, can't wait long. Maybe a 10-day, maybe 2 10-day at most. But I gotta get this thing taken care of.
All right, understood.
No, not yet.
All right, so you guys have any other questions of the captain or any other business there?
I would tell him in detail how to find the passageway and what marks to look for, and put him in the path. That way, if he wanted to go actually investigate the inner workings of their base, that he would have a way to get there.
Okay. He writes it down, and he, as you go to leave, he calls a couple of his men over and he shares it, and you get the sense that he's sending them off right away to go investigate. And as you guys get out the door, I don't know if you wish to have any conversation between the 2 of you, but a few moments later, a detachment of 5 guards leaves with some haste. So, yeah. You make your way back to the Blue Cow, where you meet with the rest of your team. And JB, you've kind of completed your spell scribing. It's near dinner time at this point. Ray, you have completed your tinkering and wood carving and whatever it is you were doing to busy yourself at the tavern and inn, and you guys are all reconvened. It's around, like I said, around 5 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. I just start stacking 50 gold. That's yours. That's yours. It's yours. Everyone gets 50 gold.
Here you go, Morthos.
And immediately after Oliver slides a stack of gold, JB will slide a mug of hot coffee.
Wait a
person.
second. 50.
Oh,
How much do I get?
Is that all you got for the weapons?
Yeah.
Is that all we got?
Show him what he picked up,
Look
though.
at this, Ray!
Hey, that's my great grandfather.
Why'd you hold it? It's very heavy.
Wait, did you just not hear what she said? She knows the person that's on that ship.
Yeah,
Your
that's my great. I lost count. Grandfather.
Your grandfather was a pelican.
No, he was a purple storm giant. Silly.
Oh, he was the man. Oh, silly of me.
That's also a dove.
Take this instead.
It's a well-known story
Look at her.
of a Nam's blessing.
She knows bird culture. Take the ship. Study it.
Is
For
the ship
what though?
special
Well,
in
it
any
seems
way?
like it.
how much did that cost you?
Don't tell him, though.
It was dirt cheap. I stole it. It was for just
Ray,
the
roll
price
a
of the
history
hand
check.
crossbow.
Wait. A hand crossbow for a piece of wood.
A mug of hot coffee.
Well carved
Ends up
wood.
A piece of
wafting
wood.
a scent under his nose to calm him.
You clearly don't know how valuable this is.
I was able to cleanse and process a few
15.
beans today. Enjoy.
It's so warm. How is it always so hot?
Well, we haven't tried iced yet, but we've thought about it.
I'll try it. Jack, I would like some ice. And a bit of cream if you have it.
And I'm going to take a few cautious sips
Thank you, Jackson.
and then immediately start gulping. Just
It warms your
Whole
body
thing.
up from the inside out. You feel so at peace and calm. Like this warmth would really help you to meditate if it were not for the fact that you immediately have so much energy. This would
what
be-
effects were in this drink?
Oh, go run around in circles. It helps me.
I can see sounds.
I can. Can you taste colors?
I promise there are no mushrooms or other chemicals.
We don't know
No
what that's called
psychedelics.
yet, but it does that.
Although this is a being from another realm, could have other effects on people like you.
So, to answer your question, I did trade a couple of our pieces for some stuff that I thought could help the party a little bit.
Ooh, fun.
Don't
What'd you get?
send
What'd you get?
Ali
What's
to
helping the party?
sell- No. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I got these jelly beans.
Ooh, candy!
Mental note: don't send Ali to.
And
Sell
wait, here's
equipment.
the kicker. But get ready.
Bart gets up and he's shaking it like
So we bought
nodding his head.
jelly beans
And?
a piece of wood,
A button.
a damn button.
You got a button?
Oh, yeah.
Button while you were there?
Good deal!
Oh no, it was about 200 gold total.
Perfect!
Wait, you paid 200 gold for a damn button?
Not any button, but this button is magical.
Please.
Please, it better be.
Does it help
does it
the
do?
owner recover gold on bad deals?
It does not, but it actually becomes immovable.
Ooh, put it on and let me try to push ya.
Yes. I put it on. I put Not's button. I click it. Go ahead, try.
I'm like trying to hold my coffee still, but like
19.
my hand is
Yes,
shaking.
that hits.
Wait, I am waiting for this one. Wait.
Oi, Melinda me.
Oi, Melinda!
You haul off
Instant death.
and boot Oliver in the chest, in his brand new breastplate. His body goes flying backwards, and his overcloak is held fast by the button as he smashes his momentum backwards, and then he goes forward and kind of hits against the button. And he's got such an excited smile on his face.
I lost my ear.
You know, that was almost worth 200 gold to watch him get the kick out of it.
Wait, I didn't see it. Could you do it again?
Oi, Melinda!
The hell with you!
19.
So
Your HP.
I need you. What's your strength? Your strength is so you take 10 damage as she unarmed strikes you with 2 boots.
Yep. For science.
I was rolling just a normal strength check.
Is there,
That's yeah.
is there any chance you picked up a pair of socks? It's the one article of clothing that wasn't in the box. In the cell.
There were socks that were available.
Oh, you didn't get them, did you?
I didn't, but the so
Totally not
this
worth
button, and he Not's button, and he unclicks it. So now I could move. Do not hit me.
My leg was reared up, ready to go.
No. This button can be affixed to any willing creature's clothing, and it prevents up to 500 pounds of movement. So, like, let's say you were falling, I don't know, in a trap, maybe, that you just didn't look for twice, and you had it going, you would have just hovered there. You wouldn't have fallen. You would have fell in. But you wouldn't
Might have hung by the neck.
Well, no, it depends where you affix
You could have
it.
killed him.
Where you affix it matters.
Where do you affix a cloak?
Now,
You
hold
said
on.
it had to be the cloak.
The button is super
Sounds-
interesting. I would like to study it. However,
Yeah, you can.
you bought jelly beans.
Oh, not just any jelly beans.
He didn't buy jelly beans. He got them for free.
Yeah,
She wanted 250 gold. He got it for free.
it's actually true. I did.
He's quite the haggler.
Yes.
I'm confused then. Why? I mean, it looked like a decent amount of weapons,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Am I
Yeah, we got-
crazy?
I mean, I am not an expert fence, but I would say that was quite a haul. that
Yeah, it was
we
probably,
took.
I don't know, if I had to guess, maybe like 500 gold worth of stuff. And we got 300 and stuff. And
Ray.
stuff.
As they're having this conversation, you know how these Storm Giant toys work.
Oh, no.
You,
Yes.
You know that they're meant to not just be fun for the little kids, but as they grow older, to actually help them conceptualize space and to actually help them to find the secret compartments and to know how they operate. And so you sit down as they're having this conversation, and you start moving the animals around. You pull Noah out, and there it is. And you find a little button. Click. You click the button, and the top kind of folds back, and you find the interior. And on the interior, you find 3 more buttons with 3 more settings. 1, 2, 3. And the first button says toy. The second button says raft. And the third button says longboat. And
Press the longboat.
Not yet.
and so you know that with your experience, these buttons, once you press them, this boat will actually change its form to resemble whichever button is pressed.
Whoa, Rubius, you got such a good deal.
That's actually
Guys!
awesome.
Guys, come on and look. So we had these toys growing up. I used to always play with them. This one was never like my favorite, mostly because I lost it as a kid. But I liked the line one that was in a den. Anyways, so what happens when you find the little secret compartment? You get to press the button and then it transforms into it. And it's because we're so big, you know, that we need life-size things to play with. So it helps kids as they grow up to learn how to like make boats and do this and that. This will turn into a real boat and a raft or a toy.
Wait, time out.
Yeah.
Rubius reaches over and presses the raft button.
I quick grab his hand.
No. He presses the raft button.
Okay.
Roll a
my goodness.
dexterity and roll a dexterity as well.
Ooh, it's a dex off.
I'm just sipping
Dex
coffee
save?
as this is happening.
Dex
It's just straight dex.
My
Add
hand
your
is
dex
shaking.
modifier to whatever the
I'm
roll
trying to
is.
just keep drinking the coffee.
You will get used to that shake,
Mine's 14.
and you'll love it.
He won.
I think I already do.
Mine is
13 on the dice.
13
Okay,
on the dice.
so you see him reaching, you're like, oh no, Rubius, don't! And he just, quick as a cat, goes in and presses raft. And instantly you watch as the toy goes out, and there are 2 oars that come out that are stylized waves themselves. And there is it flattens out so that what would be the size of like 8 feet by 8 feet. So you could almost have
One full ray.
one full ray on there, and certainly several of you. Basically, it's 10. It's a 10 by 10, right?
Raft.
Raft, and on it there are what look to be waves carved into the wood that kind of are glowing with different hues of blue, as if it is kind of almost radiating the flow of water, kind of mimicking that. And there is a central mast with a large kind of what would be a sail that's there, which has stormy clouds on it, and a big a more lifelike imagery now of Noah. And Ray, as you look at it, there's a smile on its face, and as you move, you swear that the eyes move with you as it looks at you as you
It's
go.
the Noah Lisa.
Rubius looks at the raft and says, "Splashing."
Oh. So wait, Thomas.
Yes, you certainly did cause my coffee to splash on my lap.
No.
I hit the toy one to shrink it.
Pretty cool, right?
So if we take this out to the harbor and we hit the longboat, does anyone want to see
Let's
what
try it right now.
No. I will stab you. Bart will stab you in the eye.
Okay.
Makes my jelly beans look stupid.
They already look stupid.
All for a hand crossbow.
That's a good deal.
They probably didn't realize what it did.
So,
You're a
Rubius,
smooth
genius. Ali,
Hey,
button.
do.
Tomat and jelly beans that do stuff when you eat them.
Like cause diarrhea.
No, like if I eat the white one, I could breathe underwater.
I believe that's what coffee does.
Yes.
Yeah, laxative, as they call it.
Yeah, you can breathe
No,
underwater.
no. Back up. What does the coffee do?
It's just delicious.
Charm person. I'm joking.
But we're gonna do our next giveaway before we move on. So if you would like to win the Yaklal and the orc fell off. So the two little medium minis there. Then type in exclamation point Noah, Noah, exclamation point Noah, for your opportunity to win those two little minis. And if we get one more subscriber, I believe, I think we had 2 tonight. If we get one more subscriber, then we will also be adding the flying ray to whoever wins those dice. Yes, it's flying manta ray.
Oh, okay. We have a winner for the dice.
Oh, okay, very good. So whoever won the dice, please send us your address. You can just whisper it to us, and we'll get that out to you. And we're going to give away the Yaklal and the orc. And if we get one more sub tonight, then whoever wins those two will also get the flying ray. And so stick around and see if that happens. Whoever wins in particular, get that sweet flying ray. If we continue to build up, we're going to give away that giant dragon as well at some point here. Probably not tonight, but that will continue to add and grow, and we'll give that guy away too. So, exclamation point Noah, if you would like your opportunity to win those minis. Back to you guys.
I don't remember.
The beans do special stuff. If you eat a certain color, you can get benefits from it. The white one, you can breathe underwater. The black one, you have resistance to acid damage.
Ooh. Forever?
Nah, for a time. It's like a candy. It passes through you. Kind of like his coffee.
So what color bean bag did you get?
What color beanbag did I get?
I think it's variety.
It is, well, I think you roll a d8.
Yeah, but he just wants to know what color beanbag did it come
No,
in.
I meant, is it a bag of all yellows? Is it a bag
Oh,
of
I see.
reds?
No.
You roll a d8, and then it tells you which one comes out.
I'm not sure why rolling a dice would change the beans in the bag.
Okay, the beans in the bag are 1,
White,
5,
gold,
4,
gray. Oh, that's good.
and another 5.
All right, we got 2 golds, a gray, and a white. So
Alright.
we can breathe underwater. We can have advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. And we have 2 climbing speeds equal to our walking speeds.
Ooh, cool.
That could be useful for some of us.
Wait.
How long do these beans last? Eternity?
1
I'll
hour.
take climbing
1
speed.
minute.
Oh.
1 minute.
1
Did
minute.
anybody find out about Killian?
I have completed my task of obtaining new spells to assist us. Oh, by the way, I was able to open that miniature treasure chest.
Oh, yeah?
As you recall, it was about this big. I transcribed the spell knock, and it opened it, and it was a decent sized diamond.
Ooh.
I know that I could utilize this for some spells.
Morthos would recognize that
As a diamond?
as like the same size diamond. Well, no, I meant like because he's bought one in the past.
Yeah, this is about the size of diamond that Lightbringer Nye used multiple times in the ritual.
Multiple times.
Multiple times in the ritual to seek to bring you back.
JB, if just in case you are not aware, I mean, I know you know it can be used, but that looks about the size of the diamond that you need. You would by chance have to bring someone back from the dead.
Oh, no. Like someone would die?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Bring someone back, like undeath.
Yes. I've actually seen
Why
this-
would you want to create undeath? Like a zombie?
No, it's not. You come back. In fact, this has been used on me.
You
Oh.
died?
No, that one tracks,
Like
though.
a resurrection.
Yes.
Understood.
Like a resurrection.
Whoa.
Like a revivifying.
Oh, you stuttered.
Actually-
That's not a word.
I believe that might be the spell that was used.
I
No,
have
you're just
read.
making stuff up.
I have read of a divine source of a way to do that.
I know that it required a diamond that was roughly that shape in order for the spell to work.
What happened when you died?
That's a good question, actually.
May I see this diamond?
Yes. Sure.
So I'm gonna take it
She
and I'm
just
just
runs.
gonna.
You may look and
All the
not
way back
touch.
to Waterdeep.
You
I'm
look
gonna
it over,
investigate it.
and it immediately reminds you of one of the gems that Lightbringer Nye showed you previously about how one can attempt to bring someone back to life. And though you were not taught the ritual itself, as part of your healing training, you are aware that it is quite possible with the right connection with the person's soul, and that this gem would, more than just fetch gold, would be tremendously useful as the core component in such a ritual.
You weren't intending to sell this, were you? Do you know exactly what this is?
I had no intention of selling it. I had an intention of utilizing it, perhaps to create diamond dust for some spells, but either way, if we have other uses, why not?
I've studied similar gems to this, not in person, but I've heard of them. When I was studying under Lightbringer Nye at the temple, one of his lessons discussed gems that could revive someone, even from beyond the grasp of death.
I am living proof of that.
So
Or, okay, don't knock it down right away. Listen,
I'm listening.
we cut it up in little pieces
Nope.
and then attach
Nope.
it to my hammer.
No.
And then I get to hit extra hard.
That's a thought.
And I whack people with diamonds. How cool would that be?
That's
Don't knock it down. Don't
Not-
think it over.
how about this?
Think it over.
I will
June is
lovingly
massaging
embrace
her
it.
temples.
Lovingly embrace it. Think it over, and then toss it over my shoulder like some salt.
And then Bart will catch it and bring it back.
That's he would. It's shiny. Yeah.
I see.
So Bart's with me.
I see. Morthos says that the storm there is far too powerful for us currently, and so there is risk of death.
I would just say it is valuable to hold on to that, just in case.
Do we want to put it in the bag of holding? It's
Let's-
empty now.
Let's not keep it
Minus
with
my
Oliver
mannequin.
or Rubius.
Yes.
Perhaps they will trade it for some beans.
I would
No.
rather not keep it with the ones that.
Now, if you find some magic beans, it
Yeah,
might be
these are
worth-
magic.
Not jelly.
Oh, did you say magic beans?
Magic beans.
Oh, I have stories I could tell you about the magic beans.
Really? You have
Oh.
had some.
Oh, yes,
I've
actually,
read stories of
Planted
magic
many.
beans.
Planted many. It was
Who
quite.
planted them?
Well, a friend of mine. That it was quite.
Is his name Jack by chance?
Oh no, that was not Jack.
Well, I read a story about Jack.
I would like to continue to research this gem if you wouldn't mind. I know there's some components to it that are required for the revivification process to work. I don't know how familiar you are with them.
She seems trustworthy.
I have no divine magic in my skill
Yes,
set.
I don't know what
I can't
you
help.
need. I just know that it worked.
If you need information, I will find it for you. However, I cannot utilize it in its current form.
And I
No
also-
problem.
I also know that it is very difficult to come by a diamond that is worthy enough of that spell.
Alright.
Master Nye mentioned something about a connection of the souls to use this, but I never got to ask him what that exactly would mean.
Well, I can tell you what that meant. Whatever the spell that she used, it required you to actually try to reach out to the person and connect with them to get them to come back.
Whoa.
In fact, if you recall, you've seen my echo. It is not of me. It is of someone else.
She's so pretty.
She is.
Tries.
She was one that called out to me and actually helped to pull me back from the beyond.
So you haven't always had this echo?
I know. In fact, she gave her life, and I believe that is why I currently have this echo.
Did you know her in life?
Well, we traveled for a long time trying to save this
Yeah.
world from the evil. that is
Newsflash,
coming.
she died. Like everyone that follows him.
What was her name?
Her name was Sola.
So pretty.
It's
I think I would have liked her.
Probably.
Was
yeah.
she talkative too? I love to talk.
In fact, she was not as talkative as you at all.
Oh, so she's a great listener? Oh, we would have been best friends. She would just listen and I would talk.
I don't know. I don't know if she was that either.
No,
Yeah,
and she
no.
didn't listen very well either. I mean, in fact, I mean, that's a story for another day.
So who wants
But-
the button? Let's cut down to brace text.
Maybe Killian might like it. Just find him.
Yeah. What do you know?
I am looking for a cape of some kind to cover up parts of my body, but I don't need a button.
Oh, okay. Here's the black one that was attached to my breastplate. You can have that.
Oh, you just destroyed your breastplate.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I love it. Oh,
it's a
well,
very small cape. It's not gonna work. I need a hood.
Oh, all right. That's a shame.
I spoke with Captain Curtis, and I explained to
Way
him.
to bury the lead.
Well, we need to focus on Killian.
Yeah.
And he was very grateful for what we had done, and he actually gave us some information to maybe help us in our endeavor. He asked us to go find somebody called Kelson Mayer. I believe he said he was in the Dolphin.
Oh, yeah. Dolphin Market. We were just
Dolphin
there.
Market?
Yeah. That's where we met Lenya.
Lenya.
Yeah, she ran the Emporium where we got some of these cool things.
Huh.
She had a lot of neat stuff. Lenya Creel runs a place called the Torn Veil. Yeah, it's in there.
In there. All right.
Hornvale.
Lenya Kriel.
Korea.
That sounds totally legit.
Yeah, it was. She seemed very nice. Very soft-spoken, full of light.
Wait, she collects items?
Full of light.
Well, I mean, she's a shop that sells multiple things.
We haven't even... Why didn't we think of this? Do you think any of the shopkeepers in this town would keep a registry of magical items such as these? Maybe we might find information on an item that's supposedly in the woods if it's been moving through
Well, I
these
mean,
shops.
I asked her if she noticed anything or anyone disappearing, and she said no.
Oh, completely trustworthy. There's
I
the answer.
agree. She said no. So, good thought, but maybe we can ask this guy.
Yeah.
What'd you say his name was?
Kelson Mayer.
Yeah, let's find Kelson.
The captain seemed to think that he actually gave me something to tell him. Will mean something, apparently.
What'd he say?
He basically told me to tell him that the captain knows how to find what he is looking for.
Well, that doesn't sound dubious at all.
No. But I think it is, as of now, the only lead we have to follow.
Oh, I agree. Let's go. Right now.
The captain said he was a halfling with sandy-colored hair.
Wait, what about the one we found in the...
I asked. No.
Different.
That
This
one was
had full
balding.
head of hair, not the bald one that we
Gotcha.
found.
I'm if he was shaved.
Ooh. Did you
I read
check his
this-
follicles that closely?
No.
Yeah.
I do recall that it was natural baldness.
It was male
Oh.
pattern
I think
baldness.
I am 98.5. I'm accurately recalling that it was natural.
Ah,
baldness.
man, you have such a keen mind.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Good
Dolphin
thing we
Market.
have him on our team.
We can lead you to the Dolphin Market.
All right.
Does this town sell dolphins? What is the dolphin market?
Are they trained?
They sell dolphin meat.
Dolphin mates?
Sounds delicious.
Dolphin meat.
Probably go well with some iced
That would make
coffee.
more sense.
I don't think so.
No?
Oh, by the way, I had the iced coffee with cream. Very good. Let's move on.
It is evening, and the market is closed.
We head back.
You can certainly
Should've
seek
checked Google
to
Maps.
investigate other establishments for rumors and the like, but
Bar.
the market itself has shut down for the day.
Let's go to the seediest bar in town.
Oh, yeah.
Swap some stories.
Knock some heads.
Real quick.
No.
Real quick.
Oh.
As you
Why
were
would we go to a bar then?
Just to talk and get info.
as you
That's
were
boring.
as you were rescuing me,
Yeah.
were there individuals who actually escaped before you were able to defeat them?
There
Yes.
were at least two that I recall that got
Yeah.
away.
But the
If I were a thinking man, my thoughts would be that mayhaps the shady places in town at night
Are the
might
best
not
place? Oh,
be
okay.
the
Yep.
safest place
I see
for
where you're going
us
there. Yep.
to be?
Well, they didn't see everybody. They saw me, mostly because I was smashing their heads in.
I'm more worried about me getting taken again.
Yeah, but if you're with us.
I was also
with us
with
last
you last
time.
time.
Yeah, but
That's
now we
true.
know where they would go. Maybe. Sorta. Kinda.
Could we put the button on
Does anyone
him?
else smell sulfur?
We could actually put the button on him, maybe.
And then, I don't know if that would affect the transportation, but
I don't know. If there's more than 500 pounds of force, it could break through, but if not.
I think that the force of a planar shift might.
But do you know?
I think my calculations equate to a planar shift being
Let's try it.
exponentially.
I hit the
more
button,
than
I bring
five.
out the K to Montebank, I put it on him. Let's go!
And my skin gets ripped off of my body.
Nah? You don't want to try it?
I think I will. I'll follow your lead on this one, but I will not be wearing the button.
Okay, I take it back. Not this button.
So wait, who has the cape?
I have it in the bag of holding.
Okay. You don't?
No.
Oh, I thought you gave it to you.
I was throwing it at him so he could read it. I didn't know if he read it, because
Okay.
we got it when he wasn't here.
Would he
Got
actually have died from that?
Yeah, what would have happened?
Bad thing.
You'll find out one day.
Oh, good.
I have no doubt.
The damage of 1,000
The
planes.
curiosity of the cat will kill someone.
Satisfaction will bring them back.
I love it.
All right. I mean, whatever. For science, but all right. And he puts it back on his breastplate and he taps it off.
Okay, very good.
And he puts the cloak back in.
Oi, Melinda!
No, I'm not wearing it. I mean, it's not on. Don't kick me.
The button?
I-
You put it on your breastplate.
I'm not. It's not on though.
Did you kick him?
I was close until he said it's not on him.
So,
It's on. It's just not on.
So you're aware of the Blue Cow Inn, which also has a little tavern area.
Which we've been at.
You are aware of Commoners,
Yep.
which is an inn and tavern. It's a larger tavern that is more about it's more about the drinks and more of a hot spot for the nightlife than the Blue Cow. Blue Cow is more a family business, you know.
Kids menu.
There are other inns that you can inquire about, though I don't think you've been told of any others but those two.
Well, let's go to Commoners.
I mean, that is the normal establishment for nighttime
Mm-hmm.
imbibing.
Maybe some people know some things. Get that gold ready.
Sure.
I will.
Remember you?
Can you give me a few minutes? I will spend time using a ritual of changing how I look.
Okay, so you
Disguise self.
use disguise self.
Yeah.
Is that a ritual?
No,
I didn't think so.
it's not. But I'll still use it.
Okay, you cast disguise self, and what are you making yourself appear to be?
Well, I will give myself some ears. And my skin will be just sunburned person, and a buzz cut like this.
All right, very good. Sunburned.
And my clothing will just be changed.
Ooh, while you're changing, can you turn my arms into trees again?
Darling, I have... Yes, I can.
Yes!
That'll hide her. Yeah.
So, Ray is walking with her tree arms, and
I feel better about visiting this tavern now.
you make your way to.
Sheer effect. This is your tree effect.
things with her arms.
You
She's
make
on something.
you make your way to Commoners, which is right on. It's on the Dolphin Market. It's where many of the folks from the market go once it closes down. And it's a rather large inn. The building itself is nothing fancy. The kind of brown shakers and white stucco classic look. And you go through and people kind of look at you and see you come in. No one really pays you too much mind. There is a a lovely half-elf woman that is manning the bar. She wears a kind of red top that is strapped over her shoulders and is kind of just straight kind of across her chest. And it's kind of like fluffy in its design. So kind of light, and she wears then a dress that is a white dress with a red kind of lining in it. And she has her hair is kind of in an updo, kind of pulled back, blonde hair. And she sees you all come in, and she looks at you, and then in particular looks at the men that are there, and just kind of gives you all a little nod and a wink, and she says, if there's anything I can do for you boys, you let me know, okay? And she's not being overly flirtatious, but there is a bit of a flirt to her tone. Nothing that is overly sexualized, but that, you can tell she's used to using her good looks to get a tip and, sell drinks and just let her establishment be peopled by those of the town. And she kind of motions you to come forward. Says, my name's Lana Del Vice, and I'm happy to help you out. Welcome to Commoners. This is my family's inn. My dad's the owner, but I kind of run it here. And so if there's anything that you need, just let me know. Handsome. And be happy to help you out. Yeah, you. Who else would I be talking to?
Well, of course.
Naturally, with that big old bushy mustache you got there.
Oh, yes, you. Oh, yes.
It sprouts as she's talking.
Stay there.
And those manly scars you got on your arms. Yeah.
I totally know where they came from.
That's good. You should. Well, and she kind of asks for your order and so on and so forth. You also see a number of other folks around. The only one immediately recognizable to you is a short, stout little dwarf who you recognize from the docks. Port Master Trock Goldstone is there.
I go right over to him.
And he is knocking back an ale and talking with what look to be some of the other dock workers there who have come here for the just end of their night little blow off some steam here. Oh, look who it is. It's the Tabashi.
Oh, you said it right.
Aye.
You've been working on that, I can tell.
Aye, good to see you, lad.
Yeah, what are you drinking?
Oh, just a stout.
What are they drinking?
Stouts.
How many of them are you? I've had a couple too many, I can't count.
Aye, well, there's Lenny and Kravitz, and there's Freddy and Mercury over there.
Oh, yeah.
Aye.
They have wonderful voices. I can hear them singing some bar songs.
Aye.
5 more stouts, please, for this table. And a strawberry milk for myself.
Oh, hitting it hard, are you, lad?
Oh, yeah. It's been a long day, you know.
I know, yeah. Aye.
You always party with people that love milk.
Well, what can I do for you then? You come over and we're just going to drink, or there's something more about you?
Nah, just happy to see you. By the way, the big one's here. She headbutted you.
I keep her away. My head's still smart.
Honestly, it might be good for you to encounter her first, than her to encounter you.
Is that allowed?
What do you mean, headbutter?
Yeah,
go for it.
How would I reach her? She's like twice my size.
You say, oi, Ray, and you headbutt her hip, and you say, good evening.
Perhaps if she comes over.
Yeah,
but it's
no.
Anyway.
She is completely occupied with her tree arms.
She looks like she's high.
There is a dopamine hit going on right now. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
Like she's waving her arms around like it's a rave over there.
Can you? Yeah. Ah, you've heard of Euro, I see. I have come to buy you a drink to say, hey, we love being here. And just to find out a little bit of information, have you heard from Captain Curtis what's going on in the sewers?
Out with it then. You're looking for rumors.
Yeah.
I get that a lot from you, adventuring lot.
I know. You read me like a book.
Hey.
A good book.
Depends on how it ends then, doesn't it?
Hopefully not for a while.
Well, we'll see about that.
Depends on the rumors you give me, huh?
Aye, well, let's see how well you roll to convince me to tell you stuff. Haha.
Okay.
I'm waiting. Roll those dice, lad.
Just wait.
The electronic dice are no good. I want to hold the metal balls in my hand. That's what she said, aye. Ha! Lenny laughs. That was a good one, right, Lenny? Great.
I'm trying to read calm emotions here, if that would work for me.
What are you doing, lad? What you get now?
All right, here's the thing. We found out that the Zenta moving in.
I don't know who that is.
That's fine. They're moving in on the territory of the Night Knives.
The thieves?
Yeah.
Okay.
But worse. Have you noticed any of your men gone missing?
What'd you roll, lad?
What do you want me to roll?
Persuasion.
Gotcha. Pretty good, 28. I see you have Freddie and Mercury and Lenny and Kravitz.
God, your eyes are just so big and
Oh, no.
cuddly.
You want to cuddle my eyes?
If I could.
Yeah. Well, what about, I remember you had Billy and Joel. What about them?
They are back at the docks. They
Are
didn't
they?
come out tonight.
Okay, yeah.
Aye. They were hanging back with, who is the, Lenny, the guy with the glasses who sings those songs on the piano? I don't know.
Oh, Liberace.
Yay, aye, something like that. Stayed back with him.
Oh, I bet he did.
Right?
Yeah.
That uptown girl. Anyway. I have been recognizing some missing individuals.
Like kind of important people that you wouldn't think would go missing.
guardsmen.
Yeah, exactly.
Aye.
Yeah.
Guard.
The guard.
Thin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Captain Curtis won't acknowledge it, but his men are riding thin. And I think there's some seedy blokes taking advantage of it.
I know. Those are the people that we kind of drove out of their hiding.
Well, I'll have to spread that rumor now, won't I?
Maybe. Maybe you don't... Another round? I don't want to... I'll have a chocolate milk this time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe you keep that one under... You keep that one under
I'll
wraps.
tell you what, you rolled high enough persuasion.
Yes, I did. It was almost perfect.
We'll see how much you pay me, though, for that one.
I mean, how much do you want?
Hey, how much will you give?
I've got 15 gold on me.
Done.
Okay.
My lip is sealed.
Forever.
So, we're looking for... Yeah. I'm looking for a little bit of more information on the caravan, and we lost one of our friends. They disappeared.
Caravan. Well, I tell you. The word on the street
Yes, Troke.
is that there are some large beasties, monstrosities about on the road.
A boot on the road.
Be careful if you go out
Okay.
on the way to New Ordarlin.
New and Darlin. All right.
Aye. And those boys and girls over at the lighthouse. Aye. They're hiding something, I think, or maybe just
What lighthouse?
Let's go.
the
Tonight.
or the locks, their lighthouse. You know, they have their lighthouses. They call them lighthouses.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I
Right,
forgot
they're
about
the
that.
bases of operation,
Okay.
right? Or the locks, have you heard of them?
Yeah, definitely have.
Right.
All the time.
Sure.
Met them.
I feel like you're lying to me right now.
Can I be honest with you?
I hope so.
Yeah, and I have been this whole time.
Naturally.
Yes, you're a good man. I have no idea who they are.
Right. Go to the lighthouse. It's a big white building. It's not even subtle at all.
Okay.
Right. There's something going on there. They're trying to hire folk for some job. I don't know. Yeah. Well, you could go talk to Cliff over there. He's always got some tall tales, and he points over to a male half-elf that has a protruding lip who's just kind of sipping back ale. And Cliff notices you pointing, and he kind of
Rary.
says something that you can't. He's a old adventurer, a ranger type, child of the woods, so they say. Anyway, he's always got some stuff. Oh, right. There was some arcane folk hooting and hollering a couple days back about something having to do with some ancient magic.
Yeah, that'd be something I'd be interested in knowing that.
Right, you could go over to where were they? They're back at their temple. There's a temple of Meister in the city, you know. That's the Tower of Mysteries, they call it. Yeah, it's there. It was Salev and Bella. Anyway, they were arguing, and I don't know more than that, but you can go talk to them.
What were their names?
Salev Kimrel.
Salev.
It's a wood elf lass, and Bella Steelheart. I'll bet you can guess what race she is.
Deep numb. I'm joking. She's probably like you. The toughest of folks I've ever met. With the best beards. And the greatest drinking profanity.
You're so close. I can feel it.
With wonderful singing voices?
What are we, lad?
Dwarves.
Aye, the dwarves!
Another rand!
You give Bella
With one gold.
a big schmooch for me.
Bart, you hear that? You give her the smooch.
And another beer.
That's his third.
Right, aye.
No, but you
All right, what else we got here in the rumor mill?
How much for all those beers?
Strange happenings in the Drang district.
You did tell us about that the first
I
time.
am telling you again, boys.
Any stranger than last time?
Well, since that Stormy all appeared, it's been getting all woo-woo. Like me personality right now with these drinks. Anyway, I'd check that out if I were you.
The Drong district, things have been getting, and I quote, woo-woo.
He done said that, didn't I? Didn't I? Yeah, right. Oh, there's some squabbles. So they say, with the political folk.
Those people suck.
The barons never are happy with their
Yeah,
position.
No, never.
Right. Okay, well, and, you know, I heard that, there was a dragon afoot.
Wait, what? Where?
In the forest.
What?
Or something, I don't know. Big flying beast. Right.
Okay.
There could be something to, all those, people disappearing too, but I don't know much about that.
That feels like an odd connection for you to make, unprovoked from me, but cool.
Well, you were asking about it.
Yeah, and in your state of mind, you made that connection point, so it's probably very strong.
Well, you see, I usually have more dock workers, but it's not just the guards who have been disappearing, but there have been some, of like the poor folk who no one really noticed, but I noticed because I hire them as day laborers just to give them some food and, you know, to help them out because I'm a good chap, yeah.
I know.
I'm a great dwarf.
You are one of the best.
Great.
Great.
Right, aye. Right, Kravitz. Ha ha. Great. Alright. You're gonna keep buying me beer.
I don't have any more gold. I spent it on you.
Oh, that's right.
But you've been wonderful.
Aye.
As always.
Aye.
I'm gonna go find my friends.
Aye. Have a great night.
And Bart just rubs his cheek, and then we leave.
Aw.
You spent 2 gold on those rounds.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
I buy him one more secretly. All of them. So let's make it 3 gold.
Sure.
Boop.
Is there anyone else that you guys wish to be speaking to?
I got a lot of information. I have no idea how much of it is true or how much of it is a drunk man's ramblings.
My master always said that a drunk man speaks most true.
Okay, well, if
But then he did say that when he was drunk.
so you can never trust a drunk man.
Always trust a drunk.
You should probably get closer to your mic when you're going to talk.
Always trust a drunk.
While that's happening, Trock kind of hobbles over in your direction, like he's going to the bathroom,
Oh no.
and then abruptly stops and turns to Ray. Oi, Ray! Boom! And headbutts her right in the hip.
Hi! And I get on his level and headbutt him right in
And
the
he
head.
falls on the ground and stays there.
We killed
Medicine check. Medicine check.
I'm gonna
He's dead.
check him very quickly.
He totally died.
I want to make sure he's not dead. Alright.
He is drunkenly passed out.
Fitting and
With
I
hit
would not have
points,
been
right?
able to tell.
Okay.
he's smiling while he's down there, right?
Yeah, his stout spilled all over his chest.
Oh, no, I just paid for that.
And Lenny and Kravitz and who are the other 2 I said?
Billy and
Freddie
Joel.
Mercury.
Freddie and
Freddie
Mercury.
and Mercury. That's right.
Billy and Joel are with Liberace
Right.
Right.
and Elton.
I'm gonna close his eyes and
Yeah.
make sure he's
They come
sleeping.
over and pick him up and carry him back to the table and put him down and just kind of bring him to. Oh, well, that's a fun time. Anything else you guys need at all? I can do for you?
She really seems to like you.
I need a bed.
Ask her about this
Alone.
Kelson man. Did we know where to find
Oh,
him?
yeah. Kelson? Do you know Kelson?
Well, of course I know Kelson. Who's asking, though? Who are you? What are your names? I've told you my name. I haven't heard anything from you.
Rubius Thornbury. At your service.
You trilled that R really well.
It was actually very impressive.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a mighty precise tongue.
Well, I'm Ray. Well, really Ray Esmeralda, but you can call me Ray.
Hi, Ray.
Captain Oliver. At your service.
Hey,
Or Ollie.
Or, yeah,
Or
that-
Oliver.
yeah, that'll work.
Or Captain.
Yep, that'll work too.
What is your other name?
Oliver Flotsam.
Oh, Oliver Flotsam.
That's my full name.
Captain. Rubius. Ray.
June, peace be to you.
And also with you.
Huxley.
Huxley. Well met. And
Morthos.
Mr. Enthusiastic. Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Life of the party.
Yes.
anything more I can help you with? You are all together?
Yeah. We're a bunch of friends.
Friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do stuff together.
Best friends.
Yeah.
Like a team?
No, I wouldn't go that
No,
far. I'd
no.
Best
say
friends.
we're best friends who do
I mean,
stuff
because
together.
you're all wearing lots of weapons and gear and...
We do really awesome things together.
Have you seen how shady it is out there?
Oh, that's true. That's true. I mean,
Oh,
not,
yeah.
it's just that you're huge.
Thank you.
And you're a monk. And you're scary.
And enthusiastic.
I'm a chaperone.
It's good they have a chaperone.
Keep them.
So are you guys adventurers?
Can you keep a secret?
All of them. Right. Okay. Do you have a name?
Not yet. We're play testing a few.
Oh, what do you got so far?
Super awesome people who do incredible things. What was it?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. That's the one that I voted for, at least.
That's a long name. Anyway,
Mm-hmm. You could go superheroes.
Sapwit?
Sapwidis.
Sapwidis.
I literally just strung words together.
Never heard of the Sapwidis?
Facepalm.
You could just call us supers, though, maybe?
Okay.
Super people.
Supers.
Superheroes.
Here,
I've been
how
thinking-
do I... If you're... Okay. What was that, Mr. Huxley?
I've been thinking Morthos is angels.
Oh.
Ooh, I like that.
He would.
All
The
right.
Men who
self-absorbed
stare
prick.
at goats.
Well, if you don't have any other questions, then
Could you point me towards the nearest lighthouse?
you mean like Ordo Lux's lighthouse?
Yeah.
Oh, it's and she explains it's down the ways a bit.
How about the Temple of Maestra?
Moisture.
She points in the opposite direction, and she explains that it's a little further north. You need to just kind of go down the road and then
Excuse me, why are we looking for the Temple of Maestra?
No reason.
There's
It's-
one here?
Yeah.
Tower of Mysteries is what it's called,
Yeah.
actually.
Run by Selev Kimrel and Bella Steelheart.
Well, it's not run by them.
Oh, no?
They're just two of the Arcanists who are part of the...
Who's it run by then? I was given poor information.
Oh, well, Lentaire.
Lentaire.
Yeah.
That sounds more like it.
She's a female gnome who...
Did Ollie
is-
wink at me? Oh, okay. I'll stop. Be getting super excited over here on the other side
She's
of the table.
a wizard priestess. She kind of runs the temple, but she's also really smart. Good patron here.
Oh, yeah? What does she usually get? Like, if I were going to go meet her and I wanted to give her a gift, what does
Oh.
she usually get?
Oh, just get her a Bloody Mary.
Okay.
Respectable.
Putting it in my notes. Likes Bloody Marys.
Right.
See, I don't want to hit a person named Mary. Why would we give him a bloody person? That just doesn't sound nice.
It's
I concur.
it's a drink.
Oh, like coffee.
Shh, but yes.
Okay.
So yeah, it's as if you were going to the dark house, and then you just kind of stop before you get there.
What is the dark house?
Oh, it's another temple.
Of who?
Not many people go there.
With that name, I can understand why. Is it
Well, you know,
Lolf?
we have the lighthouse. There's the dark house.
Right.
This is devoted to Shar.
Dark house.
She's quite evil. I don't ever go there. In fact, the whole place is shrouded in a cloud of poison. So you can't really even go there if you want to.
Yeah, unless you could, like, eat something that would take poison away for a certain period of time or something like that.
That would be helpful.
Right? If something like that existed.
Yeah, it would. But anyway, she is... I think
I can just imagine you looking like a cat.
she's the goddess of poison and like assassination and stuff. So only the shady folks go over there. But that is up kind of past the Tower of Mysteries. So I would not go there. It's kind of right at the base of the hill.
The hill to the north.
Yeah.
Right at the base of the hill to the north.
Yep. That's
Interesting.
Mhm.
Interesting.
We're, as chaperone, we are going to head out for the evening.
Yeah.
Before we go, though, you did mention you knew Kelson, I believe his name was?
Right, yeah, he comes in here a lot too. He's actually not here tonight, which is usually he's here, honestly.
Like every night is he here? Like,
no, I mean sometimes he
most
misses.
nights, like what?
but-
It's a Tuesday, and you're thinking like, he's usually here on a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. He's
Huh.
usually here on a Tuesday, but he's not. Very pleasant, very charming. Nice guy. Yeah,
Yeah. What's his usual drink of choice?
got away with. Oh, he usually just goes for whatever I have on tap.
Ah, yeah. Simple man.
Yep.
I like
Usually
him.
just one of the beers.
Yeah.
Right.
You said he has a way with words. It sounds like that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah, he's a charming little guy. Mm-hmm.
Do you know where he lives?
No.
Is it disconcerting that he should be here and he's not?
No.
Morthos will actually take 10 gold and put it on the counter and go, "Are you sure you don't know where he lives?"
She takes it. You know, now that I think about it, do you know where Lady Ray's is?
That's Lady Ray.
Well, really, Ray Esmeralda. But
This isn't Ray Esmeralda.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she's leggy, but not as tall as you. She is up in the Noble District, kind of by the Watchers barracks. She's runs tavern in purveyor of lady favors to those who are interested.
Woman of the night.
Correct. He
why
lives.
would they be out at night?
I don't know.
He lives close to that. Very heavily guarded area. The Watchers keep it nice and tight. So, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And he comes all the way down here.
Well, he's usually in the market.
Ah, I get it. Like he breaks from work, he comes here, hits ham.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Yep. Sometimes he's got people with him. Sometimes not. You know.
Okay. Hey, thank you very much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I appreciate your patronage. And if you ever need more information or otherwise, remember to come to the Commoners.
We will, Lana Del Vice. We definitely will.
Good night.
Good night, Ray, Esmeralda.
Good night, madam.
Good night, Rubius. Rubius. Good night, June. Good
Sleep
night,
well.
Huxley. Good night, Mr. Enthusiasm. Good night, Oliver.
Good night.
Goodbye.
And good night. We will pick things up there next week. Thank you for sticking around. I don't know if we got that final sub.
Don't believe we did.
So
not.
it's okay. We'll have that Flying Ray up next week then. And available. Thank you for sticking around and watching the show tonight. And we had a role play information gathering session with some good laughs.
It's fine.
And got lots of interesting. Got a level up. Hey, level 4. Yay! So moving along. And next week we will pick things up as you pick a lead to follow and see where you go. So thank you for sticking around and being a part of this. And we certainly hope to see you next Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern or anytime on YouTube as we continue our story. We hope to see you there when we will continue to loot, die, and repeat. Cheers, everyone.